intro screen. Here we go. Uh-oh, actually pause. Why don't I hear any music for it? Whoop. Sorry, everybody. Let me fix this first. I think it's only playing to certain people, and I will adjust that monitor. Monitor only. Ah, this will do it. That'll do it. Okay. Sorry. Let's flash all those again and do the intro. Hello, Wastelanders. My name is Kyle. I am your overseer for the night, and we are getting back into our Tales from Tomorrow series. We had to take a week off last week as I had an urgent housing situation, and we're back this week with our intrepid adventurers, Sam, played by Sky, and we got Raven, played by Mac Raven. We're out one Jim, played by Dark Knight, but hopefully he will be back the next week. So picking up, we just did a little recap in our pre-show, but just to give the audience a general reminder, and I'll flip into our alchemy screen right here, that Sam and Raven are the two icons in the map sort of at this level here. They are down at a Red Rocket gas station. I have a visual of that map as well, though it was played in our previous, I think, 2 sessions back. They'd gone to the Red Rocket station. They'd met raiders there. They had a fairly good exchange, got a password that would give them access to the West Virginia lumber mill. They decided to go up the road towards the radio tower. They met with Modis, the computer AI program that sort of helped them take over the radio station, the radio tower, reactivate it and the such. He was able to furnish them with a microscope and also some meals for the road. So they got a good amount of food in their bellies, or at least in their inventories. It was at that point, I believe, you had called into, maybe used Rusty's radio, actually, at the farm to call up to Hope and let them know that you had found, I believe it was a generator in one of the cars that you told them you wanted to extract. And so, yes, that was the full day's journey, that caravan was coming down. They did the radio tower. They went back, waiting back at the Red Rocket station with their haul of the generator, but also that they had found an armored personnel carrier, an APC there, and had done some tests to try and activate it, reinitialize it. I do have pictures of the interior of an APC today, courtesy of Mac, so maybe we can take a little bit of a look at that later. If that comes up as a relevant point in our mission. But yeah, I think what we can do is I will toss it back to you two, Sam and Raven, if you two want to chit chat and have a little back and forth about your plan. Maybe Raven, you even want to start typing something up here while I'm chatting. But basically, we're starting off on a new day. Even if our time schedule is off by a little bit, we're starting over in a fresh new day. That can mean that you both are fully rested. If you rested at that Red Rocket station, we'll say you can even have your 2 maximum health points, just because that's a secured location for now. So why don't we go ahead and do that? I'll flip over to a different map, and you two can have a little chat and tell me what your plans are. Take it away.
Well, Raven, I definitely think this morning we should prepare for the trip. I think we should get well fed, drink something, and I also think we should definitely check out that APC before we head out. We forgot to give it a look-see last night, so I think we should check and see if there's anything good.
Okay, there's the map for people. There's the Red Rocket station. And I sort of flashed the APC over there briefly.
Good morning, Sam. Yes, let's get that APC running me drive.
Well, we'll have to see if other people can check it out, because I wasn't able to get it running with just the two of us. But there might be some good loot left over. Since it was sealed shut, Raider shouldn't have gotten to any of the good military-grade equipment inside.
That's all true. Okay, if no one else is chit-chatting, then I will let you go ahead. If you're heading over to it, you can... who's Mac, you're leading the looting? You can do a perception and survival test if you'd like, and I'll let you know. Oops. Oh shit, did I just reload that page? Oopsies, that's not what I wanted. But okay. I'll show you. There we go. Take this picture for them, send this in the Discord chat so you can see what you can spend your AP on. So at minimum, you will loot one thing of ammo, one beverage, one weapon. However, you can spend AP on ammo, armor, clothing, beverages, chems, weapons, or oddities. And from that, since you are... Nope, yes, you can't buy any. You can't buy AP for this test. I think you only have one in your pool is what it looks like. So, just as a heads up. Unless you want to do anything to try and gain AP first. I don't know if this is too much of a metagaming sort of thing, but Raven, I think, for example, like, there might be a way to generate AP off of you going and foraging for food, too. Though, of course, you know, foraging it takes a little time and all that other stuff. But just throwing it out there, then I think that's a way you can actually generate some. I think those are difficulty 0 tests.
She threw out the test.
Oh,
I like this role.
I don't see it here for some reason. Okay. So no extra AP being spent. That is, yeah, that's fine. I think we'll say you get 2 AP off of that. So you didn't spend any extra AP doing that. So here is your list of goodies. Let's plug this in. Whoop. Okay, you find 1 heavy combat armor in the lockers there. A tough armor, a lock picking set seems useful. 45 round, yes, 45 round ammo, 9 of it. 13 10mm ammo, 2 stim packs, and 2 pork and beans. Now, how can I get these APC pictures up here for other folks to see? Can I do a little bit of a stream? I don't know where to do that. I don't think I can show people the APC tonight. Oh well, future stream. Make sure you tune in. Don't miss out. Well, actually, more specifically, make sure you go subscribe to the Substack. That's where you'll see some pictures of it. New setup, can't stream it tonight. So you'll just have to live with that later and catch it on Wednesday on the Substack. That's tftfallout.com, and you can see those beautiful interior pictures, courtesy of Mac Raven, who went and took them in Fallout 4 for us, using a specific mod. So there's a very beautiful interior space. I don't know if my group could even see these, because I don't really remember where you guys associate stuff in the Notion anymore. I don't know what you guys have access to. I don't think the session notes. At least no one else has typed in them, so I'm guessing you guys don't use them. You go ahead, chat amongst yourselves. I will go ahead and copy some things.
I was gonna say good find, Raven. If there's anything specific that you would like to take, let me know. We can divide it up. But I think you can roll a body die for that combat armor location.
There's a link in the Discord there for folks that want to see the APC interior.
I will take the ammo and food if you want the armor.
I'll roll the die if you want me to, just real quick.
Oh.
Looks like it was a helmet. You can have the helmet in that case, because I got a nice combat helmet right now. I just got this. I'll hold on to it for a bit.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna crawl out of this APC and head over a little bit away from the gas tanks.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll light up a gray tortoise waiting for everyone else to get here.
There you go. There you go. Raven, what's your character doing right now? As Sam's getting his gray tortoise on. I'm quickly uploading a new map that I had made in case you go a-traveling today. Should have done this a little earlier. Ran out of time. I need to start blocking off my Sundays the whole day, so I'm not building things and stuff otherwise. Got a far too much
In
behind.
the driver's seat, try to drive it like a little kid.
Oh my goodness. Okay. You can, yeah, I'll let you go ahead and do another test to try and start it up. I believe we were doing piloting an intelligence or repair an intelligence is your choice. And I think we're going to do difficulty 3 on this. If you somehow knock it out of the park, was it Sam that led the test on this last time?
Yes.
Well, let's see what Raven does. Raven, you go ahead. You give it your all. You can spend your AP too. You could add at least two dice to your roll, it looks like, based on what you guys got. I think there should be 3 in there. I don't think people added the other 2.
What dice, Agent?
It's D20s. You just use your basically your automated thing for repair or piloting and intelligence, whatever you choose to do. She's gonna try and start this thing up. So you bought one. Roll it with the other thing, please. The mechanic that. Yeah. And you didn't want to add any dice to this, or you can. You could buy 3 total, but it's too late now. Technically, I should hold you guys probably a little more accountable to that. We'll say, since you already rolled it, that I don't know. So here's a question, Mac. Did you want to spend dice on this? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, so no AP, cool. With that, you epically fail. There's no success to it. You sit there and nothing comes about. No new nothings at all. The thing is sitting rock solid as you wait. And as you wait, Sam, you hear a commotion down the street. This is coming from the direction we're looking at the map here, to the left. I'm sorry, to the right of the APC, off the screen in that direction. You hear some shouting. You hear some gunfire. And it sounds like it's getting a little bit closer.
I rip a quick last rip of the gray tortoise. I throw it on the ground, smash it out, grab my shotgun off of my shoulder, and run out to Raven and ask her, "Did you hear that?"
Did you hear it, Raven?
Sam, is that gunfire?
Sounds like it. I think I heard people screaming too. We should go check it out. That could be them.
At about this time, you do see off in the distance, coming from the right of the APC, is a man running and firing a pistol backwards over his shoulder. And you only see him briefly as he's running straight on the road. He does not see you. He either trips or ducks behind some debris along the roadside. But at this distance, you're having a little bit of a hard time making it out. He's sort of like at the end of your eye shot, so you can't see really what's following him per se. But you do hear the gunfire. You do hear some yelling. If you want to investigate or try and make out any more of this, you could try to do a roll, or you guys could try and go up and sort of directly, meet up with this character.
Can you see anything, Raven? Can you make out anything that's going on? Can you hear anything?
You can do a check if you'd like, Raven. You could do a perception, survive, or something else even.
Not sure I could get a better look.
Yeah, we can move in closer.
So we'll say you make it across the barricade there just fine. And what you see as you're sort of standing there, I don't know if anyone wants to maybe even get up on the APC, or you kind of look like Sam's using it as a little bit of cover here. There is a man getting closer and closer and closer, and so he got back up basically is what you can tell, and he's firing over his shoulder still. He is running your direction, hardly paying attention. And Raven, did you want to go ahead and do your check? Maybe sure I did, and I can't see it. Sorry again. There we go. This is not a very difficult one as they're making their way to you. She got one success on that. That will definitely clear this. Raven, as this guy is getting closer, you see that he is being chased by what looks like a swarm of bloatflies that are getting closer and closer and closer to him. He's losing ground to them. And as he's making his way up towards you, you can see and probably quickly recognize that he's gonna... I mean, if he makes his way directly to you, doesn't stop when he sees you, he's gonna probably run into that barbed wire tire line with the landmines there. So if people want to interfere or anything like that, to stop the guy, you'd be more than welcome to shout out to him. Otherwise, he is on his way towards you in just a little bit of time.
I shout out to Raven. Do you see anything? I think I can see little dots out there. I just can't make out what they are.
Sam, they're bloat flies, a lot of them. We should help him. Also, he going to trip the mines.
I do one of those kind of like whisper yells. I'm like, hey, guy, stop wasting all your ammo. Just get behind here.
Sorry, as I'm adding this guy to the map right now. I don't know if this is his correct thing, but we're popping down what's called a caravan boss is the NPC thing we're putting down. This guy, and to everyone at home, let me figure out how to get this map up here so you can see it. I don't think he's popped on the screen just yet. Let's resync it and share. Let's do one of these, one of those. That home alchemy one's not letting it be shown. Do I not have him? Hold on, everyone. I've been out of the paces for a little bit. And isn't he in the token hide? Yeah, if he's hidden, that means he's... What the heck's this man's problem? Aha, he's appeared. I don't know. That was an alchemy thing. That was an alchemy thing. They apparently fixed their tactical map, but I don't know. It still has some issues. So, Sam, you see this guy running. I'm going to give this guy a roll. I'm going to give him a roll. By the way, everyone, this is I haven't opened this in about 2 weeks. This is my nice little Vault-Tec lunch pail that I've turned into a dice tray. Oh, wait, there's nothing in here. Oh, wait, yes, there is. Whoop, there you go. Okay, I got my nice dice in here. He's going to do a roll to see if he can hear you, Sam. Because he's running, shooting, and fairly exasperated. He does not. He doesn't hear you yet, at least. I will put out, now they're coming, the bloatflies are probably in what's considered long range. I'll try and get these tokens on the grid for you guys here in just a minute. But as they're coming in, Raven, you see at least 6 bloatflies following this guy, a true swarm of them, whether there's more in the distance to be determined. But for right now, they're tailing him fast. And as I said, he's kind of losing ground to them. So, Sam, you didn't hear your first attempt to shout out, but maybe something louder could be effective, or even to take a shot at the creatures as they're coming into range. You guys let me know what you want to do, but I just want to let you know you can, at this point, fire at them, at him, or anything in between. But I'll start adding these little markers.
I pull out my rifle and take aim at the bloatfly.
Sure.
While she's noticing that, or while she's doing that, I notice that he's not hearing me, and I noticed, that it might not, the message might not come across. So as he's kind of coming up the cusp of this APC front, I get prepared to kind of tackle him from running into this barbed wire mine wall over here.
Very smart. Very, very smart. There we go. We're getting them on the screen. Sorry, that's probably not exactly where I want them, but I'll start swinging these guys down a little bit. So, Sam, as you prepare for that, Raven, you said you're going to take a shot? Let's do that first then. Raven, why don't you go ahead and start the combat here, and the bloatflies are going to come behind all of you guys in this. So, Raven, if you want to go ahead and kick us off in a little bit of combat for the night, why don't you do that? Roll up, there you go. Let's see. Well, I need to see what their stats are briefly. Let's take a gander. I can't imagine these bloatflies have a lot to them. Oh, poop. Do I need the book for them? Let's pull up our handy dandy core rule book here. Okay, bloatflies, because of their size, have a defense of 2. So you'll need 2 successes to hit them, and which Raven did get 2. That is a success, Raven. You can go ahead and roll your rifle's damage. Use your pre-generated rifle setup there. Nice. That rifle did, 2, 4, 6 points of damage. And let's see, does he have any damage resistance? He does not. So with that, Raven, you shoot and blast that one bloatfly to bits and pieces. So we're going to get rid of bloatfly 1 right off of the board, right at the start of it. You can go back to hidden mode for him. Perfecto. So 1 down. With that, Raven, with that, I'm guessing you're standing on the top of the APC, maybe kind of hiding, using the turret or something like that as a little bit of cover. But as you fire that round off, the NPC, the guy running up here, you're gonna make out Sam as he's getting closer. He's got like a big backpack. He's got a lot of things strapped to it, and you could kind of make out the guy looks like a traveling merchant. He's just carrying more than an average camper or hiker or anything like that in the Wasteland. So as he hears that shot go off, he actually sort of pauses in his tracks. It's a little off the screen here, but we'll say that guy and the flies are probably like 10 or so feet more to the right. So he's not at the APC just yet, and he kind of halts in his tracks a bit and sort of looks up at you, Raven. Looks up to where he heard that shot come from. And for a second can't tell if it's aimed at him or not. You know what, he's going to yell out, friend or foe! Help! I'm being chased!
We're friends. We're friends.
With that, he's going to trust you on that. He's going to take his luck. He looks over his shoulder, sees the carcass of one of the bloat flies dead on the ground. Sam, if you're interested in taking a shot or anything like that, we'll give you a chance to do so here as he's coming up.
All right, I round the corner of the APC. I kind of shuffle him back, kind of grab my arm and just put it in his back, kind of push him out of the way just a little bit so I can get the shot clear. And I raise my shotgun and let it off at bloatfly number 6.
Bloatfly number 6, go for it. Need 2 successes to hit the guy. Nice. 1 AP back to the pole, and you can go ahead and do that damage. You got a crit success on the one, and under your target on the other. 2, 4, 6 damage. That will take out Bloatfly 6. Nice and easy. Hear any shotgun stuff from that? Too quiet on my side for whatever reason. Maybe I need to turn down my music from the bot later. But anyway, Bloatfly 6 is a thing of the past. He now, Sam, comes, even closer, running in your direction. He's going to go ahead and it is about their turn, the Bloatflies. He sort of skids to a stop and kind of throws himself a bit behind the APC there with you. He goes, "Holy hell, thanks for the extra shooting. I've been taking some shots," and he leans over and he fires off a round. I don't know, let's see if the guy actually has weapons attached to him in this NPC form. What's his equipment? Yeah, he has a 44 pistol. Okay, sure. Go for it, brother. Maybe? I need to equip it first. There we go, equip. Where? Actions now. Sorry. Kyle's not used to. Here we go. Roll it. Oh, good. It rolls everything. Perfect. Oh, wonderful. He hits. He gets a success on his shot. He does 1, 2, 4, 6, 7 points of damage, and he's taken out Bloatfly 5. Boom. Gone. Another Bloatfly off the board. It is going to be the Bloatfly's turn, and then we're going to flip it around to all of you. So let me just put a marker. I'm going to move him up on the list there, and I'm going to move you all through this order. I'm so sorry. I don't use the turn order thing well enough. Bloatfly 2, we want you up. Okay, Bloatfly 2. Sam, since you look to be the most open in this area, actually, yeah, Bloatfly 4's going for you. Bloatfly 3 is going to head up towards Mac, and Bloatfly 2's there. And I'm going to take their turns in pretty quick order here all at once. They actually have something called Larva Dart, so we love that. Let's see what they do. This first one going at Sam, the Bloatfly gets absolutely nothing. Totally misses, must hit that APC next to you, using it as kind of somewhat a cover there. You're probably used to that in your past. The other one is this Bloatfly 2 going for you as well. It has a success of 1, Sam. So here's the thing. Are you using, we've kind of discussed this. Your character is using that as formal cover. Is that correct? You're sort of hiding behind it, I think?
Yes.
Okay. Let's look at the cover mechanic really quickly, because I want to say that this adds maybe a difficulty to you. Cover. So you are behind you're behind a steel barricade. You get to add, 3 combat dice to what? Cover provides additional damage resistance against physical attacks. Objects in the environment will provide damage resistance as a number of combat dice depending on what they're made from and how resilient they are. When you're attacked by a physical or energy base, you hiding behind it. Roll the number of combat dice in the cover table. The result, your damage. Okay, so we'll go ahead, Sam. Why don't you roll me 3 combat dice to see what your benefit is from hiding behind this wall here? Because he technically would hit you, and his damage is piss poor. So, oh, nothing. You're exposed enough. Okay, with that, Sam, he this one of the bloat flies. It's the one that kind of went up over the side of it, you know, the one that's kind of to the north of your character. He sort of flies up onto the top of the APC where the other one came around, and from up there launches this dart down at you, a larva dart. 2 damage, and he's hitting you in the head, Sam, right in the head. So do you have any damage resistance to your head from armor or other?
2 physical, 2 energy.
2 physical. Well, that must hit you right in the helmet. And is that combat helmet or something like that? I'm just asking for the aesthetics or the.
Yes, the one that I had recently donned.
There you go. What a lucky
Sorry,
helmet.
proven lucky.
Right? You get nothing more than kind of the splat on the helmet. Maybe it needs a good washing afterwards, but that's it. No damage to the head. Raven, this next one's coming for you, and it does absolutely no damage. He is busy flying around, trying to get a good angle at you as you're sort of maybe using the turret at the top to kind of play a little bit of, lean out around it, kind of come back the other side. And that's going to go ahead and put us right back to Raven's turn. Just to give you all an idea of proximity, these are now all into close range with your characters. So keep that in mind for swapping out any weapons in this next turn. But Raven, you are up. Sam, you're on deck. And the caravan boss will follow you.
I pull out my 10mm and fire.
Okay, Raven, you go for it. Oh, nice. She got 3 successes. That's 2 AP. No, I'm sorry, 1 AP back into the pool for you. I'll go ahead and do that right now. Nice. Raven does 3 points of damage there. You take that bloatfly. Which one did you shoot at, by the way? Bloatfly 3 ready? Wait. Actually, hold on. What gun did you use to fire? This is your rifle? Sorry, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. I think in that close range.
10mm.
Okay, so use your minor action to flip out your gun, and so you got your 10mm pistol now. Okay. Thanks, I didn't see that for a second. So, yeah, with that being said, close range, I was just checking to see if your difficulty went up one, that AP was gained or not. You're right, you're all good. So with that, you fire away. He's at half health, assuming you shot at Bloatfly 3. He is at half health. Let me do that and take him down.
Yes, I aim at 3.
Got him. Okay, he's at half health. Unless you want to buy anything with AP, like an extra attack. Otherwise, it'll go over to Sam's turn. You just interrupt us if you want to fire anything else, Raven. Sam, again, you got these 2 very close combat quarters to you. Yep, they're right up on you.
I take aim at number 4. It's swinging back and forth. I try my best. It's so close to me that I try my best to get the barrel right on it. But it's of course, kind of ducking and dodging. So we'll see if I can get it off.
Nice. Easy for you. Now, this was with your long range weapon, or you swapped it out?
The shot. It's still a shotgun. Is that long range or is it?
Shotgun's close range, I believe. So with that, you can go ahead and take that away. Three damage to it. Now, blowflies are smaller than most characters. The creature's normal health decreases. Further is... So you know what? Technically, as the rules are written, because these things have the classification of little, Raven, you actually go ahead and you killed yours in that turn. You killed yours, and Sam, you killed, which one are you after now? Bloatfly 3 or 2 or 4?
4.
4. You take out Bloatfly 4 as well. Another one off the map. And assuming you're not doing anything fancy with spending points, it's going to pivot back to our little merchant man who's running up the street. And he's going to take his chance to fire away. 0 successes. He shoots nothing. He would have done great damage. Not that it super mattered. But that takes us back to our last bloatfly, who is going after the merchant this time. He'll go after that guy who just fired at him. And he's going... Ooh, what did I roll for Jim? Oh, alchemy. What's your thing doing? Why can't it? Oh, they really needed to do better with this. It's swapping all kinds of different irrelevant characters. He gets one hit on. That is going to succeed. Ooh, the bloatfly does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of damage. Oh, that's actually, let's see if this guy, I don't know if he has any kind of armor. He's just some generic dude. Generic dude has 0. Oh, generic dude has 0 physical damage resistance. He takes a severe hit to his chest. Sam, as you're kind of just like blasting these bugs away, you and Raven are making light of this. Nothing serious to you guys. And this caravan sort of dude feeling good about being with you all and feeling a little safe here in sort of comedic Fallout style. That bloatfly that pivoted right to him shoots him, hits him square in the chest, which leaves him with a critical injury. He is bleeding out now and will suffer continuous damage on his next turns. He is just knocked right off of his ass, right onto the ground, right behind you, Sam. And that bloatfly is still sort of just like flying, hovering right over top of the APC there. And I will pass that back to Raven. That is your turn. You have a dying man on the ground. Let me check that stat too.
Above board question: Will we be able to heal him outside of combat?
Ooh. That's a really great question that I'm not sure how stabilizing people out of combat works. Let me see here, just to say again what we've got as the damage to him. To torso, so he has heavy bleeding. At the end of each of your subsequent turns, you suffer 2d6 of physical damage, ignoring damage resistances. Can you heal him outside of combat? You can treat injuries outside of combat from memory, yes. Yeah. We're gonna let you do that. For sure.
Sam, I have stim pack. I can toss you if you can help him.
Oh.
Above board, I can heal him. I'm worried about you. I mean, like, the only reason why I asked is because I worry about us killing the bloatfly and then not being able to help him. So, if that's not a problem, then I can take care of him. We just need to get the bloatfly dead.
I think for the record, I think the homebrew rule for this one will be that whenever a person is... So stabilize the dying. Using your first aid action, you can attempt to stabilize dying character. Requires intelligence medicine. You know, since it's a combat-driven mechanic, even if the combat ends, I don't see a lore reason that you guys wouldn't be able to do that. I just again, keeping it above board for a second, I think the traditional difference is that you can't be just chilling at home and just do the first aid action per the game's rules. I mean, you know, that's just how it's written. But as a result of combat, I think you certainly can, even if the combat concludes, unless there's some amazingly important reason that you couldn't. So just going forward, I think that's very reasonable to be able to do first aid post-combat. Unless, again, you're, like, taken away, restrained by some, you know, enemy force or something like that that would prevent you from doing so. Hopefully that's reasonable.
I appreciate the clarification. Sorry for breaking down the speed.
Oh, no worries. I mean, we're not going anywhere other than this and whatever's next. But yeah, you're going to be able to do that unless you want to stick them with a stim pack or anything like that in advance, what Raven was saying. But I'll pass that to you guys to make decisions.
All right. Get the bloat fry, Raven. I'm going to try to take this. I'm going to try to help the guy.
Raven, you're up. Take your shot. Difficulty 2 to hit him. Good rolls, by the way, you guys.
Right, Sam, time to die fly.
Get him. Oh! Nothing on that one. You could, because we've had some time off, let me just remind, you can, this is a little late for it now, but you can use aim as your minor action if you want to do that. I don't know that you were aiming in this case, Raven, but aim would be your minor action to let you re-roll one, and also this is a reminder to refamiliarize yourself. If you have any perks that allow you to re-roll any of these, I think you don't, Raven. I think most of your perks are not oriented like that, but let's take a quick gander because you do have something about close range with one of them. Oh, and Raven has quick draw, so she doesn't even need to use a minor action to draw a weapon. That's great. Size matters. When you make a ranged attack with any heavy weapon, you add +1. Raven, did you want to take size matters earlier as a perk? You don't use heavy weapons. That might be an odd one for you. Just as a calling that out sort of thing. Whenever you make a ranged attack as center mass, you can choose to strike your target's torso or equivalent. Don't you have a close quarters one as well? Awareness. When you take the aim minor action at a target within close range, you spot their weakness, you can attack more effectively. The next attack you make against the target gains the piercing damage effect or improves the rate of any piercing. That wouldn't help you too much. Okay.
That is odd about the size one.
Yeah, you can redraw that card later. Because it does specify heavy weapons, so that would be like Gatling gun style stuff, miniguns.
Okay.
So if you want to pick a different one. We should probably also just touch base so everyone's got the correct amount of perks again as well. Yeah. I just want to make sure. But otherwise, Raven, if you want to spend some AP to attack again, you could do that. The difficulty would go up by 1 point, though. You don't have Action Boy. So it would be a difficulty 3 to hit him, or you could just pass it to Sam.
Yes, I will use app.
Okay, she's going for AP. Okay, I'll take those out of your pool then. So that's 2 AP for another major action. Go for it. This is... Also with that, Raven, you hit a bit of a complication on this, and maybe even the time before you hit a complication as well. I think we keep it a little bit simple for this one, though, and unless you have something else in mind. But I think with your kind of trying to get into range of it, you probably something to do with slipping off that APC. I don't know if you think something more appropriate, maybe your gun jams. But you know me, I kind of like the minor fall damage sort of stuff as complications up there. But with trying to get around for that second shot, I think you kind of go for it a little too fast. And I want to say you probably fall off the side.
Sorry, Sam, the roof is like ice.
She gets down to the ground. Let's say we're going to roll you a single combat die here. No damage from it, though. Easy peasy. You just lose your footing. No harm, no foul. But I'm gonna conclude your turn with that then too, and say we're off to Sam. Sam, what do you got for us? You got a dying man. You got a Raven who's face planted on the floor. Raven, we are gonna say you're prone for the sake of it. That's what you get from that. What you got for us, Sam?
I'm gonna try to stabilize this man. So I will use a stim pack in conjunction with the like save the dying with my medicine.
Sure.
I also paid 1 to get 1 extra die.
Oh, great. Oh,
jeez.
Whoa. So for those at home, Sam got 2 successes and one complication. I think your difficulty is equal to the number of injuries. So he has 1 injury, so you do succeed on this. Sam, I don't know if this is too big of a hit, but my thought on the matter is that your application of the stim pack treats him, healing the injury, but I don't think the guy gets any health back off of this. Maybe it's because he was hit with literally like a larva dart sort of thing, and the kind of infectious, almost parasitic nature of that. But I think this is, you guys, these are always an exchange, the critical complications. But I think he's stabilized. I think you see it start slowly acting. You know what? I think that's maybe, at least from my side, the RP of it is that the stim pack is slower acting than you would expect. That it is slowly healing the bleeding and stemming that, but he is not looking better. He's not springing back to his feet like you might expect.
All right. Can I RP a bit?
Go for it. All yours.
Before that happens, I did want to find the wound where it is, and take some forceps or some tweezers, and kind of get the larva out and sew them back up. But of course, the infection just it doesn't seem to be going away completely. It's like you said, slowly healing it up.
I love it. With that being said, his turn is going to be skipped over, and we're going back to our beloved bloatfly, who, seeing Raven now knocked on the floor, is going after her again. It's going to do a larva dart in Raven's direction. 1 success. Raven, he hits you, yeah? I don't think she has any kind of difficulty 2. Does anyone here have a difficulty 2 to hit? I need to remember this. No, defensive 1, okay. So Raven, holy smacks, he hits you in the left arm and does 6 points of physical damage with that. Do you have left arm damage resistance? That is a serious hit. I kind of thought these bloatflies were total freaking jokes, but you knocked almost all of them out except this. This one must be like the king of the pack, the queen of the hive. In fact, you know what? While she's doing that, I don't use my AP as a GM very often, just because, I don't know, it's something
Yes, I have Vault-Tec arm.
Ooh, do you? How much damage resistance you got on that? You're gonna need it, because I think if I do another attack, he's so not gonna hit. But I'm doing it. I'm spending the 2 AP. This one's at Sam. Yeah, he's pivoting and attacking Sam. Shoots, fires right over Sam's head. Sam, you kind of feel that dart fly right past you. You're kind of, I'm imagining you're still leaned over, kind of working on that guy as it right over your shoulder.
Yeah, I can just hear the larva passing by.
Raven, so we are now back to your turn as you tell me how much damage resistance you got on that arm. Because that is going to dictate something important here in a second for you. I see...
Not arm, leg.
I see your character has 1 point of damage resistance, probably from some under armor sort of thing you got on. And so with that, Raven, you do then take... What do you deal? 6 points of damage. So you take 5 points of damage to your left arm, which does bring it to an incapacitated state. Oftentimes this would be, considered a broken arm, but for the sake of what we're doing here, you drop anything you had in that hand. That arm is broken or otherwise unable to move. You cannot perform any actions using that arm by itself or alongside your others. So if you have any two-handed weapons, Raven, you will not be able to wield them. Not while your arm is in this state. As it hits you, you feel this quick rushing pain that shoots down into your fingers, shoots up your shoulder, and you can kind of feel like a heat burning outside of your chest area as basically the arm goes limp. Actually, it kind of contracts, like your muscles contracted into you, into a holding near your chest situation. So it is now your turn. That is your injury. You can use a minor action if you are looking to get up, or you could fire from the ground even at this thing if you so choose. But there's one bloatfly left, and he's angry. I'm using some AP on him, so do as thou wilt. Feels good to be back into the combat, folks. We hadn't had any combat in the last game, I don't think. Maybe even the one before that.
It has been a hot minute.
I tried to get up and fire my 10mm.
Sure. Fire away. Wait, are these guys supposed to shoot radioactive damage at you? Radioactive physical damage. Huh. You guys got a little bit lucky. I didn't. You just know for the future. Other bloatflies, when they hit you, when they get their effect rolls, they could do radioactive damage to you. These guys didn't. Oh, Raven, good shot. You get an AP back to your pool. I'll go ahead and put that one in there. Go ahead and do your damage. You got 3 successes on that. A critical hit. Well, I mean, you rolled one crit and another point there that was under the target number. Nice. And with that, poof, that bloatfly splats and is gone. As you're coming to the end of combat, I'll let you guys RP it out how you'd like. That man is still unconscious on the ground. You have 6 bloatfly carcasses that can be looted. But as you sit here, kind of waiting... actually, that guy's stirring, by the way. He is sort of coming around. So for what it's worth, you guys maybe want to kind of snap him to attention or anything like that. You're welcome to do so now.
I'm gonna, since he's still kind of like dazed a little bit, I'm gonna run back over here, do an old trick I learned in the war, where I'll get a little bit of gasoline inside of just a little canister and run it back to him and put the vapors up to his nose so that he wakes up.
That hurts like hell. I got hit. How am I still alive?
You're living to survive another day out in this wasteland, partner. Good or bad.
Well, I gotta thank you for helping me out. Who are you two? Who are you with?
We come from the town of Hope.
Hope.
I'm Sam Houston. This is Raven.
Sam looks up. Oh, she's one of those cultists. Sam, she's one of those. She looks like one of those cultists.
Listen, looks can be deceiving. You know, when we first saw you, we thought that you were not going to be alive, but here you are, surviving. So you may not understand, but she's not really a part of them anymore. She kind of went her own way.
Well, they called me Chuck. I'm a bit of a traitor. And he kind of sort of is propping himself up against the side of the vehicle there, kind of slumping himself up. He's got a pretty good amount of hit points for being a caravan guy. So this did hurt him with a big 5 out of his. He's down a quarter of his health. I stumbled upon a nest of bloat flies along the way. There could even be more coming, honestly. Is there anywhere safe here? There could be more, especially with the noise we just made. And the smell of their dead will bring more.
Well, safe's an operative word. This place is pretty secure, you know. Past this barbed wire, you can't see it, but there's mines back there. There's a pretty well-defended little red rocket station over there. And we got a group of people on their way.
Raven, why don't you roll perception and survival check? No firm difficulty on this. It's just a test for you to see what you hear off in the distance. 3 successes. Raven, you think he's right. You think he's right about luring more. You hear, not right next to you, but in the distance, you hear a very loud buzzing. Very loud. You can probably gather, based on how many you just fought and the sound from that there are potentially dozens and dozens of bloat flies off in the distance. Maybe coming through the tree line, maybe coming up the road. A little bit hard to tell because the sound is just so... It's just so sort of widespread. It is sounding like a swarm is approaching this location. He goes, landmines aren't going to stop bloat flies. They can fly. They'll just go right over them. We got to get somewhere safe. I made the mistake of going into a building. I thought it was safe. I thought it was cleared. I thought I was just going to rest. But it seems whoever was there before me thought the same thing. And whenever I went in there, some of these bodies burst open and bloat flies emerged from them. They look like other settlers. I was hoping maybe I could make a sale. Can we get in this thing? Is this only accessible from the outside?
We've got it open, but, I mean, if we get in there, we're basically sardines in a can. There's really no way out if they know that we're in there.
Well, wherever you think is best, but they're going to be upon us. We got to do something. And Raven, you think he is very correct based on that sound.
I want to try something.
Go for it.
If possible. I want to go, if I have time, I want to have a look at this turret over here.
Sure.
See if it's possible that I can get it operational.
Sure.
It's pie in the sky, but
yeah, we'll say it's it'll be a difficulty 2 intelligence and repair to try and do that. You got 2 AP, so you could spend 1. You could also buy some from me if you're interested. but it would be a nice turret. I made this vehicle custom, and so it's basically an automated turret attached, again, to the Jeep. And so it can pivot 360 and be trained to kind of fire upon the horizon if you can get it reactivated.
I will pay 1 AP to try to get in there. You know, try to maybe set its targeting parameters to anything smaller than a foot.
Sure. So difficulty 2 on that.
Ooh, I forgot to throw in an extra die. It doesn't matter anyway. It failed.
A very good attempt. As you're over there kind of working on that, your new friend, Chuck, kind of stumbles over your way, and he goes, you think that if this one can't work, I mean, does your APC have weapons on it? Could we do anything for that? I understand tin can, tuna, sardines, but and Raven, you about this time here, this thrum is getting even louder. Now it's at the point of probably, Sam, you can start to hear this as well. And it gives you the thought that you probably have less than 5 minutes out and about before they maybe swarm your location. You're not seen, by the way. Just pardon me. I'm so sorry I just cut you off, but I did want to throw that out there, that your direct location is not seen. But much like other insects with the pheromones and all that sort of thing, you know, whenever one's attacked, others come. It's sort of a situation like that where what was probably kind of almost looks like a hunting pack of them probably is luring more of this bloatfly nest your way. You could hide, you could run, you could, you could do any of those things. But I just want to call out, within the next few minutes, you will have a lot more blowflies.
All right, everyone, we'll pack into it. We'll see what we can do. Maybe we can hide from them, and maybe when backup gets here, we can. We'll outnumber them hopefully by then, or at least even the odds a little bit. And then maybe we can see if we can get something working in here.
I think that is a wonderful idea and a great place to take a break, because it is our 9 o'clock break time. A shout out to Matt in chat there. Hello, everybody. Good to see you all tonight. Thank you for being with us on Twitch. We'll go into break mode here. It is 9 o'clock. I'll run a 10-minute AFK. I want to thank everyone for showing up. It feels good to get back into the swing of things. It's been a really trying week here in the past, so thank you for letting us have some time off last Sunday. We hope to have DK back in the game next week. But what I really want to do while we're all AFK is I want to capture one of the application windows here. I want to show you all the Notion screen where I have these beautiful pictures Mac took for us today. And I'll figure that out on break, just because it's not playing nice with me tonight. But she took some really great pictures of the interior of an armored personnel carrier in Fallout, and I gotta say, it's pretty adorable on the inside. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna run the BRB screen. To my friends and comrades, if you have anything you want to convey, go ahead and send a message in chat there so we don't forget. But go ahead, get up, stretch your legs, run to the restroom. 10 minutes on the clock, starting now.
The trip will be fine in my Rocket 69. Rocket 69, Rocket 69.
Our American way of life. Isn't it grand? Peace, freedom, and bacon and eggs. Seems perfect. But What if it's not? Friends, your future may not be as secure as you think. Where will you be when the atomic bombs fall? You can secure your family's future by reserving a spot in a state-of-the-art underground vault from Vault-Tec. That's right, Bob. Act now, and your family can wait out the horrors of nuclear devastation. And Doris, the vault will have all the amenities of your modern-day home, and it's attractive. And Sally, in the vault, you might meet that special someone, just as you would on the surface. And in a few short years, you and your fellow vault dwellers will repopulate our great country. And Billy, you'll have lots of swell kids to play with. Reserve your family spot in a state-of-the-art underground vault today. Sign up now and prepare for the future.
Got a doll baby, I love her so. Nothing else like her anywhere you go. Man, she's anything but calm. Regular pint size at mushrooms me right up on a cloud. She's just the way I want her to be. A million times harder than TNT.
Here we are, son, our nation's capital.
There's nothing to do here. I'm bored.
Nothing to do? Why, there's not a foot of this town that isn't packed with heroes and history. It's not called the capital for nothing. Right, Tom?
That's right, Abe. In fact, every year, millions of tourists come to enjoy our beautiful nature and advanced technology. Right, George?
Ah, yes, we've seen so much over the years, and there's more to come. But one thing's for sure, we'll always be here, no matter what happens.
Wow, Dad, I guess there really is a lot to see here.
Glad you changed your mind. Let's go see what we can see.
How about you? Are you ready to see what you can see? We're waiting. Explore the nation's capital.
Traffic is terrible and getting worse every day. Go Metro. Avoid pollution, congestion. It's the smart way. Remember, on Sundays, everyone rides free. And now, meet the Metro Protectron.
Tickets, please.
Metro's newest answer to your commuting calamity.
Tickets, please.
He's programmed for speed, efficiency, and friendliness.
Good morning. It's a great day.
See why the Metro Protectron makes your commute faster and safer.
Tickets, please.
Vault-Tec presents Growing up. You are growing up. And other things are changing too. You know what that means. Pip-Boy 3000. Part of your life. With Pip-Boy, all life's answers are in sight.
Pip-Boy 3000, part of your life. Pip-Boy 3000, part of your life. With Pip-Boy, all life's answers are in sight. That's right.
You will emerge. Today's episode, Being a Better You. In life, we must each deal with the hand we are dealt, performing our assigned role to the best of our capacity. But after total atomic annihilation, you may find the hand you were dealt has been reshuffled. Yes, gone are the simple days of yesteryear. Now the common workman must also be a covert operative. The farmer, a master of the martial arts. The ice cream man, a nuclear physicist. How will you make sense of it all? Simple. Turn to your official Vault-Tec training materials. With these powerful tools in hand, you'll learn to make the most of your natural abilities and better understand what makes you special. Use them to be the best you can be, or someone even better. Your survival depends on it. With your future secure, share your newfound knowledge with others for great benefit. But remember, there's power in diversity. Sometimes who we are isn't a choice at all. In fact, at a particular point in your young life, you may notice that your body has begun going through certain unfamiliar changes. No, it's not puberty, it's mutation. Thanks to our old pal radiation, your DNA has become more interesting. See here? You've now gained the unique abilities of a marsupial in exchange for a mild neurological impairment. Now you've learned how to be a better you. You are completely prepared to achieve your full potential in the role of your choosing. As a hand-picked resident of Vault 76, it is your duty to carefully review your Vault-Tec provided films yearly to fully prepare for the day when you will emerge.
I'm a doctor.
I'm a housewife. I'm a Vault-Walkie inspector. I don't know what I'm gonna be.
Now, finding your future is easy with the Generalized Occupational Aptitude Test.
Get a job that sticks.
See how easy it is.
Find your new career.
Following total atomic annihilation, the rebuilding of this great nation of ours may fall to you. That's why we at Vault-Tec have prepared these educational materials for you to better understand the 7 defining attributes that make you special. Today, we will focus on strength. In the Wasteland, essential supplies will be scarce. When an item of value is found, keep it close and away from bullies. The stronger you are, the more you can carry. Be sure to know your limits, or you may find it challenging to escape from hazardous scenarios, no matter how strong you are. There are other situations where you may find yourself in close proximity to unfriendly neighbors. For such cases, you must learn to defend yourself using your natural strength. Use anything sharp, or sturdy enough to swing. Get creative with your implement, but stay reasonable. And look for anything that can further enhance your innate vigor. The greater your strength, the greater the impact. But remember, some moments require more than muscle. Keep doing your chin-ups and push-ups because there's more strength can do for you. Swing for the fences like the pros, crafting specialized protective gear to keep, or building clever weapons to wield it. Regularly study your Vault-Tec provided materials to prepare for survival. And to answer the question, do you know what makes you special?
Oh, hello. Sorry, I was catching up on the latest astoundingly awesome tales here. Sorry, everybody. Welcome back. We are diving into a little bit of fun times up ahead. Do I have my comrades back in chat? Sam, do we have you? And Rafen, do we have you?
I am here.
Oh my goodness, Mac has mom is already nosebleed real bad. Can't get it to stop. Mother-in-law's here. Yeah, you let us know what you need to do, Mac. IRL things calling for Mac's attention here. So you let us know if we have you back, we have you back, and if not, we'll have a shorter night tonight. Sam, I need you first anyway. How about we have you roll? What's your luck?
In total?
In total, yes, sorry. 7?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll 7 combat dice to determine this guy's rarity of his inventory. Whoa! That was the number we needed. For each combat dice with the effect there, that's the rarity of his inventory. And I think at last approach, he was kind of trying to get you guys to go in there. He's asking about the gun on the thing. He's going to kind of make that move on his own to go towards the back of it. And I want to show a little bit of this on screen, so anyone at home can catch this in the future. Where is my APC screen, and how do I start projecting this into this thing? Do I hide alchemy? Aha! So for those at home, Mac, who's indisposed at the moment, took us these great pictures of it, and I'll just put this up on the screen right now. That Sam, I think would you be leading the way for him, like opening the door or anything like that? Again, this big thrumming on the horizon.
Yes, I decided that we'll go ahead and we can all get in here, and I'll follow his lead, and I'll hop in there. I need a little help here as we both grab the valve to open it.
And as you open it up, people at home now get to see a little bit of the interior of it. You're met with a rather well-maintained interior. The APC was sealed up. The pilots were outside of it whenever the bombs fell, and it was closed. It was basically pressurized and sealed. So the interior did not get mucked with, especially considering there were landmines around part of the proximity or part of the approach to it. And as you go in there, you're seeing that there are a row of benches across the one side there. You can see on the opposing side, there's sort of a workbench type of thing. I think the only thing that may not be in this photo, although it could be, is the Nuka-Cola clock itself. That might be something, just to either ignore, or you guys could have it in there for all I care. Maybe those guys were using that. But you can see there's also some storage areas here. You got a little workbench space over there. This can be expanded out, is what we learned from the actual Fallout 4 mod, that you guys could install some workbenches into this eventually if you would choose to do so. But anyway, you got a little bit more of it up here. There's some more seating right next to the pilot's seat. That's the pilot's seat right here that's now on the screen, up in the center. And next to that center console is, I believe this is off to the right of it, there is a spot for a fusion core. And being unable last time to start this up, this guy coming in here is pretty excited for the opportunity here. We're going to check with Max. She says, sorry, still waiting to find out what's going on. That's completely okay. So with Sam here, we're going to say that Raven's still kind of outside. She's kind of maybe guarding the door, sort of listening to the sound. You got the back of it open, so maybe she's sort of just like hanging out the back of the hatch, just kind of like keeping an eye on the horizon. He goes, this guy's still a little limping, a little generally physically weak right now, Sam. And he, going towards the front console, he goes, have you guys been able to get this one working. This one's in a hell of a good shape, better than most of what I'd seen around the Wasteland.
We tried. We got a bit of power to it. It booted up for just a second, but just as fast as it came, it went. So,
You know, if it got that far, it might just be out of juice. Is this fusion core doing any good in here? And he goes over and starts pushing around at some of the buttons for the console there. And he's going to go ahead and roll a check here. Sam, if he succeeds, you're going to be able to help him. He's going to do a repair and intelligence check. He doesn't have a great score in it. He's just got a +1 to his repair, and his intelligence is, well, we're going to see in a second. Oh, pardon me. I got to fix, I think, Kenku, the bot. There we go. Yeah, I started to get mad at me because I probably minimized him or something. I don't know. Kenku, don't get too mad at me, please. Oh, sorry, everyone. Your screen went away. That's okay for a second. I'm just doing this to take a look-see. Go ahead, buddy. We want you to roll this for us, and then I'll get the screen back to normal. He gets 1 success off of this. Sam, could you try to assist this guy if you're interested? And again, you,
yes.
If you succeed on this, this would be very good. I don't know that you're able to really buy points for this, but I'm crossing my fingers for you. Let me see. I don't have alchemy up.
It was a negative.
It was a negative. Ah! He goes, I got a fusion core in the bag, but I don't know if it's got enough juice for this. It's kind of, for most people, considered a real rarity, but considering this one's pretty depleted, I don't think it's going to boot the whole thing up, but we might be able to get a turret online. You want me to try it?
It wouldn't hurt to get that cannon going.
If
they're close enough together, we might be able to get them all at once.
He pops open, presses some of those buttons there, and you hear a release as the old fusion core sort of ejects forward, and he pulls that one out, and he sort of slumped his backpack down on the ground in there. And he goes over, reaches into the backpack, grabs what he's calling like a fairly dead fusion core, and he puts that one in there, and it pulls it in, and the kind of locking ring lights up, and some of those button indicators there, they kind of like flash a certain amount of power. I'm imagining it's sort of doing it in quarters of how much is in the cell, and you see it like flash to all 4, and then it doot 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 and dips down to just 1, and that light starts to kind of blink. Yeah, that's what I thought. We're running on fumes, man. This may work, may not, but you want to give it a go, Sam? You could take a seat there. This is yours after all. And I'm going to try and figure out where those beautiful stats are for the APC again. And this is also good because Raven is, again, indisposed for everybody. She's having a little bit of a family emergency right now. So, where are the vehicles are in the other one? Vehicles are in the other guide. He has everyone but the correct one open. Okay. Oh, it opened the right spot too. Okay. So the APC, no, it didn't open the right spot. Sorry, folks. I had half of that in play. Sam, by the way, your luck is the reason that he had that. You rolled 3 effects on his rarity, and the fusion core was a rarity 3 item. So the fact that he even has this one is thanks to your luck roll there. So I just want to call that out. That was good on you. But of course, without us having a successful repair thing, it's he got a little bit less. But what you see, Sam, is that the 105 millimeter cannon is activating or could be activated. You see some switches around this console that would kind of allow you to redirect power. I'll say that's sort of the other little disadvantage to this situation is, well, and you can choose. You could either direct the power to the 105 millimeter cannon, or you could direct power to 2 miniguns. The miniguns, though, are front mounted. So that's probably less efficient for the sake of this. I'd like to say that you could, well, they are actually moved. You know what? Because the way the APC is facing, it could be useful in this conflict. That is about the direction where they're coming from. In my mind, I was spatially oriented the opposite way. But based on this map, you could utilize either. So your choice where you'd like to direct power. 2 miniguns in the front that have minor rotation ability, or 1 big cannon.
Ooh. Can I ask, do we know what roles these might use?
That's a great question. Like for how to hit with it?
Yes, for either of them.
That is a great question. Weapons. The weapon entry on a vehicle lists the weapons as mounted, incorporate its design. I'm not familiar enough with vehicles to give an official book ruling on that, but I'm going to say that they probably should be your like heavy weapons ability or something like that. Maybe even the book would say it's like your piloting ability, but I think for today's sake, yeah, I would take any of the gun stats for that. It's a fairly, we're going to say it's sort of at least a little bit of an automated kind of thing. You, Sam, would have probably a little bit more experience with this type of vehicle anyway. But I don't see a... Minigun would be a heavy weapon. I think if we were doing this as like huge book purists, it's probably your heavy weapon skill. But I will take small guns for this as well. You're not holding it, so
that's my dilemma, because the big guns I'm actually actively hindered against because of one of my traits. Like I think it makes it harder for me to hit with a big gun.
Got it. Yeah, that's understandable. I will look that up later. I'm going to add that to my list of things to do here. Pardon me a moment. Hey, Raven, thank you for those photos too. We hope Mom's okay and everything. But I want to thank you for taking those photos. I showed those earlier. Where's my GM screen? Let me get back to that. And I'll put a note in here for next week. We did the looting of the APC. What governs weapon rolls in vehicles? I'm also going to ask the AI of Notion if it can scan that for me too and give me any kind of answer. More so just because I'm curious, not because I think, I'm not really changing my idea. I just want to know the answer to that. But we're going to say any of your weapon skills are appropriate for this. Because, again, you're not really holding this gun. Yeah. If you'd like specific. Nah, okay. Yeah, we're going to just go with that. So any of your weapon skills are fine to be rolled for that. So I should also move some people inside. Raven, for right now, we just have you kind of at the back of the vehicle. I'm gonna place you where I thought you to be, kind of minding the door, if you will. And then Sam and Chuck there are on the interior of it. You're just hanging on the outskirts of it, Raven, kind of waiting for your, decision if you want to go into it or otherwise. And if you are around and available to let us know your thoughts on that, that would be cool. What? New follower alert. Thank you so much. Welcome aboard. Good to see ya. We're doing our Fallout D&D night. This is the Fallout 2D20 system created by Modiphius. So welcome aboard. It's a tabletop game. We usually have 3 players here. One of them's out tonight. One of them is also dealing with a family emergency right now. So I know we got the GM here and one other player for sure. And if Raven, if you have to go anywhere, that's perfectly fine. We can always call this an abbreviated night and wrap it up whenever. So just to put that out on the table. But you do, Raven.
I yell in Sam and Chuck, you boys, okay?
We're doing good.
Yeah,
we're trying to.
Go ahead. Sorry.
We're trying to figure out how to get this gun working.
He's got enough power in here for either 2 miniguns or to activate the big turret on the top.
Oh, a big gun me like.
That's what I'm thinking too. I have one more question.
Yeah.
I'm trying to send this picture real quick.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't know if it'll send, but there are these portholes on the side of it. Is it possible for us to shoot out of those and for them to shoot back at us to make it fair?
I don't have any problem with you using that. Let's see how these look and work here.
Here, I was able to send a photo. It's kind of grainy, but
yeah. You can use those portholes to fire out of. And you can use your damage resistance thing like you did last time. I actually feel like, and this is just a me thing, I feel like your chance to be hit should go up from being undercover, but I noticed that doesn't seem to be how the game works with cover. Like, for example, it's upping your damage resistance, which is useful, but what about your chance to be hit? Does that go up ever? Because I'd kind of like that. That would, to me, make more sense. That is your defense score I'm asking about, or sort of talking around here. But I don't think so. I don't think that's how cover works in this game. So the answer to your question is yes, you may shoot out of that. And yes, if you're going to stand near them, Sam, that will kind of be the thing. If you're at a position to fire out of them, they'll be able to hit you in return. But I don't think a bloatfly can fit through those windows. And if anyone here chooses not to shoot out of them, you will also be considered safe in there, if that sounds fair to everybody. So if you choose to shoot, you can be shot at. If you choose to hide, they cannot get you. So them's the ropes.
All right, sweet. So Raven, I know you like big gun. If you want to direct it to the 120 millimeter cannon, I'm all game for that, and you're more than welcome to take shots at them. I can show you the ropes. It's pretty easy.
Oh boy.
So I imagine that this thing is like kind of like the B-52 bottom gunner turret, where it's like really cramped and you just kind of have to like slide into it.
Crawls and wiggles her way up there.
Yeah.
Nothing you're unused to, Raven.
If you've ever played any of those Pip-Boy games before, I don't know. If you've ever played in a game before, it's a lot like that. It's a lot like those old video games. You just point and shoot.
We can be like army men.
It certainly does bring me back to old times. Reminds me of those Chinese liberator bots.
As Raven slides up to that seat, Raven, you notice there is a display there right in front of you, and there is on the screen one of the little Vault boys pops up with a thumbs up, and he has an army helmet on, and it has a little visual of the APC on the screen. And as you're kind of coordinating this, and earlier to what Sam was asking about the other turret, you kind of dial in parameters of what you're looking for. And as you're doing it, and it kind of does a localized scan, you see what look like these little kind of commie stars pop up on the screen, and very quickly begin to flood the horizon at a distance. Mostly coming, some of them over the tree line and some down the road here. We're going to do this fight a little bit differently because this is a swarm of these insects. So we're going to... I think what I might do is bring our friends back that are on the screen. And these are going to represent... I think I'm going to have them represent 5 apiece. So each of these individual bloatflies you're seeing populate the screen again, these are going to count for 5 individual bloatflies. So that is about a swarm of 30 that are coming up over the hill. That thrumming of their wings, louder, louder, louder. And Raven, you see this on the indicator. Again, these have these little commie stars. It's probably thinking that they're Liberator bots or something to that effect. They are at a long-range distance from you now, Raven. We'll go in turn order. And if she's taking that, Sam, a question in advance. Are you taking one of the window ports then? How do you want to do that?
Yes, I'll take one of the ports.
Okay. Chuck goes... Not a bad idea, but if they start overwhelming us and start trying to crawl in, close the window, they
absolutely
probably will have a hard time hitting us. But who knows?
Chuck, you got any shotgun shells in that bag of tricks of yours?
Ooh, he very well could. Sam, why don't we have you roll a... We're going to do one of those sort of contested rolls. This is more just... Not that he doesn't care to share them or whatever. I mean, honestly, he'd probably rather sell them to you. But I'm going to set a difficulty... Well, he has a thing. Hold on, let me do this internally. I don't have to do it by rolling physical dice. Roll. Okay, he has a number that needs to be beaten. If you want to roll speech and charisma, you can do that. Sam.
Alrighty.
Oh, wait, you gonna re-roll though, don't you?
Yes, one of them.
Come on, man, let's do it. Yeah, Lou, you think so too?
Oh, man.
He reaches into his bag. I'm fresh out. I don't have any more shotgun shells. Got unloaded them at the last place. I'm more of a pistol man myself. Traveling light on those.
Alrighty, we'll keep the bag handy just in case. I need something else. Appreciate it. Let's get to work.
If you want to spend a luck point, though, you could uncover some, just as a call out. That is a thing in the game de facto, but yeah, if you're interested, you could encourage him to maybe take another look in his bag or maybe empty his other pockets or something like that. So your choice.
I actually think that it would be a perfect time to use that luck point to call upon the stranger.
Oh. How will we work a stranger in this fight? I think he could probably take out a swarm of them, to be fair. If he gets activated and he gets his successes, he could probably take out a swarm. How much? Let me see. Because I do want to be a little bit above board since we're totally like home brewing this kind of swarm mechanic. They have 6 points of health individually. There's 5 of them in a swarm. So they have 30 points of health apiece. I don't want this fight to drag on forever. They all... I wonder how quickly 30 points of damage can be accrued. I'll keep this in mind as you guys are firing. They've got a bit of health. I mean, yeah, they're going to have a bit. This is a fresh swarm coming at you. Okay. Well, with that sort of being the known, you're spending your point on the mysterious stranger. Got it. So take a luck point out of your kit there. And then, Raven, technically, you could spend a luck point on this, too, if you want to try and find ammo for yourself or for Sam. I mean, you guys only freshly looted this place, so maybe there's, a seat cushion you didn't look under, or, maybe, again, you could encourage him to get ammo, but that is completely your choice. I just want to remind always that luck points can be spent if you want to find ammo fairly spontaneously. So you let me know. Otherwise, we'll go into turn order, and we're going to let Raven fire off the first shot. I'm going to move your character into the center of the gun there, and that's kind of our layout for this fight.
Oh, Sam, look, red stars, that a lot of them. The air closing in, sir. Shall I open fire, sir?
Let it rip, Raven. Let the big gun go.
Okay, Raven, why don't you go ahead and roll... I bet your proficiency is not in heavy guns, so probably small guns, and you can go ahead and fire one of those if you'd like. I'll give you the damage numbers of what to roll here in just a second. 1 success. I'm going to say that's all you need with this big gun. For other... Actually, because we're swarming, I'm also going to lower their... I'm going to give them a defensive 1 instead of 2. Usually it's 2 because they're small. But in this case, there's so many of them, you can easily take that shot. And Raven, this is a big-ass gun you're using. This is the 105 millimeter. Can Kyle, who just had it open, find it again? Common vehicles. You are rolling 11 combat dice to go with that. This thing is better at longer range, it says, too. So it has the accurate quality. What the heck does that mean? If you take aim, the aim minor action before attacking with an accurate weapon, you may spend 3 AP to add an extra combat dice per AP spent to the attack's damage. Wow, that's useful to know, but not for now. That's not what you need at this type of fight. She rolled, and she did 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 points of damage. We're going to say that's 9 points to Bloatfly 6. I think based on the range and everything that's happening, Sam, if you have a long-range rifle you want to use, I think what's going to happen is I want to give Raven about 3 shots, 3 turns, let's say, before these things close upon you. So, Sam, if you're going to use a long-range rifle as well, you will be able, or medium, but you'll have a difficulty modifier on that. But again, if you want to go up, Sam, you're going to get the next shot here. Raven, you're going to hit the very, I guess, Bloatfly 6 is the first one. I'm going to do it in order for myself in numbers. Bloatfly 1, here we go. Bloatfly 1's taking, how many points did I just say? 9 points of damage. Got it. So you blast some Bloatflies out of that swarm. In fact, about a third of the Bloatflies in the first swarm just gets absolutely decimated there, Raven. Could do more damage, but these there's a big gun firing at a rather small group of insects. So, Sam, you'd be up if you want to fire anything yourself here. You can let me
Praise
know.
the Mothman, that was awesome. Me is Holy One now.
I see that with this explosion, that kind of first group, after many of their comrades have fallen, they kind of splintered off a little bit. And to one that's closer to me, I'm going to try to point at it, and I'm going to try to tame it with Animal Friend.
Oh, really? How interesting. Does it have any kind of range on it? These guys are still long range from you.
I don't know. It doesn't... I'll send the hook thing. Oh, I guess I have to wait till they would attack me.
Ah, okay. Okay, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. We can absolutely do that. I was just thinking, like, sort of tactically, that these guys are probably further off into the distance at the moment, probably beyond anyone's ability to kind of, you know, wave at them and get them onto your side. But you are still welcome if you want to take any shots at them. That first group is like I said, down a third of its health already. Probably takes out like 2 of them.
I noticed that it's just not working. So I'll take my combat rifle and try to pop off a shot at him.
Go for it. Nice. Get AP back from that one. 1 AP. I'll put that in the pool right here. Done. Go ahead and roll some damage. Actually, I'm going to say Raven takes out that whole first swarm of them. That whole first one's just going to be gone. Because just thinking of how they're small and so it one shot, one kill sort of approach, I think it's maybe more appropriate with this gun. So sorry about that, Raven. I'm retconning, but in a better way for you. You take out swarm number 1. They're off the board already. I'm just going to have you firing at swarm number 2 for the simplicity's sake of it. And you get that hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. Wait, is that right? No, 5 points of damage. I'm going to say there goes another swarm with that one. That's a good chunk of damage to do. Again, I'm making this up as I go. This is a whole new thing. Raven, you got that main gun coming up again. If you want to go for it, Chuck sees, you guys blast him. He goes, hell yeah. Sam, you may notice that indicator light's flashing over there about the power to the thing. And just like that, it stalls out. Raven goes to shoot, and nothing on that shot. It doesn't even fire. Ah, shit. Let me take a look. Let me see. I don't know if I can get this thing to reroute any more power, but I'm going to take a stab at it. He goes up there, and he tries to give it a go. They're just making their way closer. So, Sam, we're back to you.
Sam, no kaboom.
It's okay. Hopefully you can get the next one. I aim for the bloatfly swarm number 3.
Okie dokie. Go for it. Nice. That's going to be 2 extra AP back in the pool, putting you 4 out of 5. Nice. 2, 4, 6, 8 damage, and that takes out bloatfly swarm number 3. And 3 more swarms. They are getting into a closer range. I'm going to put them at medium. So, Raven, your main gun now, you need to hit a difficulty 2 or higher to hit them because their proximity. It's a long-range gun. They're in medium range. So that 1 step adds 1 to your difficulty. That is going to be Raven's turn again. The only thing I'm concerned about, by the way, the only thing to really call out here is if I do skip one of you two, you let me know. But I'm only concerned about Raven and Sam at this second. Nice! Nice. What do we say? Difficulty 2. So you are now 5 out of 6 of your AP. And go ahead and roll us that big boom damage, Raven. It is 11 combat dice. Technically, it has breaking and piercing 2 on it. I don't know what breaking does. Piercing doesn't matter. These guys don't have armor. For each effect rolled, reduce the number of combat or cover dice. Oh, wow. You could basically take people out of cover with this. Oh, and she rolled a shit ton of them. What would that do usually? For each effect rolled, you reduce the number of cover dice a piece of cover provides by 1 permanently. Oh my gosh. That must be the equivalent of you like blasting away the sides of a building or something. So with that, Raven, you take out bloatfly swarm number 4 as that just hits one of them mid-air, causing an explosion of fire around as it engulfs, more of the insects. Sam, you are back up. The guy, by the way, Chuck's like, hell yeah, I got it a little more. I just maybe took away power from us being able to automatically open the back door. Nothing major. Don't need to leave, I hope. Soon.
Well, we'll turn it into a kill box for them if they get in here.
That's damn right. You're welcome.
I'm starting to... sorry, go ahead.
No, you're up.
Oh, I'm starting to get really into this, and it's starting to really remind me of the days back in Anchorage. How close are they now? Medium?
Medium range, that's right.
All right, I'll continue with the combat rifle.
Go for it. Next turn, they'll get into close range. 2 successes. Nice. That puts just one more back in your pool. So you're 6 out of 6 on your action points. And bada bing, bada boom. That's 3. That's 6. That's 7 points. And you blast away at them. That takes out Bloatfly Swarm number 5, leaving only one that is now up on the vehicle. They are swarming it. They are close range. Chuck goes, you kind of actually hear them, by the way, like the wings now, you're just hearing them right outside. Sam, you're at the window, you're seeing them pass by. There's little shadows, flickering as one flies by, kind of cuts the sunlight to the place. Sam, they're gonna attack. Chuck has a thought, though. He's like, Raven, if you want, I can see if I can divert the power from the main gun back to the miniguns if you want. They're in range of that on occasion. And basically what he's saying is he can, again, shut off the top gun and put power to 1 or 2 of these front guns. They're fairly stationary. They have that little pivot and can move. And it has some amount of auto tracking. It could fire on a target that moves in front of it. And they are swarming the place, kind of flying all over it effectively. So the choice is yours.
Sirs, I don't think the kaboom will work now. They are to close their more guns me like.
Well, I can hit the button. He goes for it. Whoop. He's transferring power. And you see your little monitor flicker off up there. Vault Boy frowns for a second with his little army helmet on. And the screen goes dark. If you want, you can slide up front and get into one of these. I don't know. I guess you'd be taking kind of the main gunner seat, probably. Meaning, I'm sorry, the main pilot seat, the one you saw in the game, Mac. You'll be sitting at that. With that being said, I'm going to go for this bloatfly swarm. And
I go to the other gun seat.
I'm going to roll 5 attacks. There are 5 of them here. Let's see what they do here. Okay. 0. One's going to get a hit. Another's going to miss. Another gets a hit. Another's going to miss. I'm actually making them hit a success of 2 to shoot at you or to actually hit you in there. I'm going to kind of use that as the mechanic instead of the traditional cover one. So the ones that... So I rolled 5 attacks, but I'm ignoring 0s and 1 successes. So 2 of them are getting a hit on you, Sam. They're after you in particular at that window. One of them does 1 point of damage to your torso, and the other does 4 points of damage to your right leg. Seems like a weird spot to get hit, but then those are the ropes. That's the number. But I was going to say I want one more thing, just to say that this swarm, my correction from last time, that guy does... You're getting radiation damage. You're taking radiation damage of 3 in total. What was your question? Pardon me.
Oh, I was just going to ask if I may be able to ward off one of them with the perk.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. And we could activate the Mysterious Stranger too if you want. Although you guys have made fairly light of this group of them, so if you want that point back, either's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with just trying to take these fellas out ourselves. I think we can make it.
So I'm going to read this animal friend perk. So at rank 1, whenever a creature makes an attack on you, you roll combat dice on any result other than an effect. The creature chooses not to attack you, although it may still attack another character it can target. At you're at rank 1, right?
Yes. So I was just basically trying to see if I could maybe have one of them not attack me, and I'll take the other hit.
Yeah, we'll go for the larger because it says other than an effect. So the one that did the least damage to you, he rolled 1 effect damage. So that's 1 point of radiation to your chest. I'm assuming you don't have radiation defense on the chest. So mark yourself. Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think, do I roll the dice to see if it hits or not?
We're gonna roll on the other one, I think, here, probably. The other guy did 4 points of damage to you, and he had some non-effect damage. I think that's the one we probably want to do. Is that right? You okay with that?
Yeah, I just meant like my point was to see if it even works or not. I thought it was saying that I have to roll 1 dice, and if it lands on anything other than effect, then it's a success.
Oh yeah. We're gonna do that now. Yeah, we're gonna process. Yes, you're correct, and I just want to process that other one. You will, just for simplicity's sake, you'll take 1 point of radiation damage from the one. We're trying to tame the next one now. This is the deciding factor of whether you take 4 more points of damage. If you succeed on your thing, you will not. So go ahead and roll that. Roll 1 combat dice, and any result other than an effect, the creature chooses not to attack you. On any result other than an effect, and you got no effect, so there you go. You just took your 1 point of radiation damage from the other attack and none from this other. So you negated 4 points of damage from that. That's pretty great.
Yeah. Thank you for working with me.
Mm-hmm. And you hear those other ones out there. Also, there's all this pinging off of the sides of it. There are, the other ones are trying to attack you, but this is thick armor, and they don't have it. They don't have the skills to pay the bills on this one. So was Sam's turn concluded, I believe? Yeah, that was their turn concluded. Sorry. So Raven, it is back to you. You have the minigun, and you know what? I'm gonna make this simpler. I'm gonna. Sorry, everybody. I'm being this guy tonight, but I'm bringing back the tokens as now these are individuals. You've taken out the swarm, so hopefully these will work. I want to have a couple of them on the map. Yep, 5. Is that the number I got? Yep. Okay, so there are a couple of them around the vehicle. Most of them are... Yeah, that's kind of the stack. So Raven, if you're going to use the front gun, you'll be able to attack Bloatfly 6 and 3 with that other gun. And this is... It's got burst and spread on it, so we got to pay attention to that in a second. But this, we'll say they're in medium range. It has a fire rate of 5, which means theoretically, if we were worrying about ammo for this, you'd be able to ramp this up, but that doesn't matter. These guys take very little damage and they die. So, Raven, why don't you go ahead and roll small gun to see what you do on that. Nice. Okay. Let this guy figure out how burst and spread work again, because these are effects that I think burst is you can load extra. The attack may hit 1 additional target in close range if the primary target for each. The attack may hit 1 additional target within close range of the primary target for each effect rolled. Nice. And when I say the other one is spread, your 1 attack may hit them both here, Raven. For each effect rolled, your attack inflicts 1 additional hit on the target. Oh, wow. Each additional hit inflicts half the roll damage. That doesn't matter for us today, right now. Okay, Raven, so how many... Okay, you go ahead and roll your damage now. It is 3 combat dice of damage. If you roll some effects, you could kill 2 of them at once. So that's what we're really hoping for. Come on, effect. Oh, yes. And like that, Raven, you take out both of those in the front. So number 3 is gone, and number 4 is 6, whatever its number is gone. Not on my screen, but okay. It worked in the proper, like the alchemy everyone can see, but it didn't work on my local side, so whatever. As long as it's okay for folks at home. You have 3 more of them, and Sam, it is your turn. They are right outside the window, still kind of flying around, but, you know, when your turn comes about, they're in a good proximity to hit. These 3, at least.
Now that they have closed in on us, I will trade out my combat rifle for the combat shotgun, and I will take a hit at it.
Go for it. Fire away. Oof.
That one does not go through.
Although, you have a reroller, though?
Yes, 1. I can.
Go for it if you want. And you use your minor action to pull out the gun, right?
Yes, I wouldn't be able to use aim on the shotgun anyway.
Oh, fair enough. That makes sense. Thanks for cluing me in. I forgot about that. But look at that. You got a success. So looks like your pool's maxed out, and you can go ahead and deal damage now.
Heck yeah. Let's see.
Which one do you want to shoot in particular? 1, 4,
the number 1.
And like that, he is blasted, just turned into bug guts and spray. Okay. Old Chuck there. Hell yeah, Raven. That's a great shot. He clasps you on the shoulder. I'm going to see what I can do. And he kind of runs past you there, Sam, to the other gun port. And he's got his pistol out, and he's going to take a shot as well. He's using his 44 pistol. I like Chuck. I don't know who the fuck Chuck is, but I like him. He does. He gets 2 successes. Why can't Alfred roll like this? Chuck gets 2 successes on this, and he pastes number 4. There is Gonzo. Hide number 4 and get him off the board. Okay, hell yeah, 1 more down, and let's see. I think Blowfly 2's going after him. It's Blowfly 2's gonna get another crit, isn't it? Please crit. Please, for the sake of the story, just crit, because that'd be funny to me. But he's got a roll of difficulty 2 to hit the guy anyway. So Larva Dart away. Oh, he gets the 2 successes. He can hit. He hits him. He hits him for 2 points of damage. So he takes... you hear him yell. He takes 2 points of radiation damage to his left leg. Son of a... And Raven, we're back to you. That gun is ineffective, though, for where you're seated right now. But if you have the ability to freely swap out your gun, Raven. So if you want to hop... This is an option to you. You don't have to do this. But if you want to hop out of the cockpit there, you could pivot to that window. Your minor action would be to run over there. And again, you can pull out a short-range gun for free because you're perk. And then you could fire at this Blowfly too if you want. Again, that's all optional. You don't have to do anything I said, but that's an option. If there were more of them, I'd say you could throw a grenade out there, but... Guys, I really like this APC.
I open a window and fire my 10mm.
Do it. Do it. Nice. Well, you don't have any more AP room in your pool, you guys. So Raven goes ahead. Go ahead and get that final damage on it, Raven. And like that, she's got 4 points in. That bug just absolutely splatters over there. You are clear. There are no more bloat flies in the immediate vicinity. You notice that the humming, the buzzing of the wings has died down. Chuck's looking out there. I don't see any more of them. Holy
I turn around, high five them both, take a breath. Good shooting, guys. We did it.
If I hadn't found all of you, I think I'd be a bloatfly dinner, or maybe worse, a nest for some more myself. Better look at these wounds. My leg's feeling awfully sore. My chest isn't feeling much better.
Without your help, we probably would have been in the same position, so we really value teamwork here, so we appreciate the help.
As you're saying that, Sam, the lights inside, the kind of emergency lights that have been powered up, they all like, hey, we couldn't have done this without your help. Whoop, all the lights, it plunges you guys into darkness. All the emergency lighting, the last bit of his fusion core spent. And it actually, you can hear like a little ejection sound over there where it sort of like spits it out.
Well, that looks like that's the end of that. And I go out and I open up the porthole and seize the damage, look at all of the just corpses of the bloatflies just everywhere, just strung about. There's like 30 of them out here.
There are a lot of blowflies out there. To Raven, she is your butcher usually. Here's your butchery, your butcher things. They call it butchery, actually. I thought I was making that word up. Scout. So I'm going to cut you off if you go to talk, Raven. But you can do difficulty of 0. This yields 1 portion of bloatfly meat and a blowfly gland. You obviously don't have to roll this each time. How do I want to do this? I think Raven, what we do, yeah, go ahead and roll that endurance and survival, and I'm probably gonna just expand this per the whole group because we're not gonna do 30 individual rolls. So actually, there's more than 30. I guess there's 35 or 36 of them, something like that. Because you guys killed the other 5 or 6, I forget. 6. Ooh. Okay. So with that, Raven, if you want to spend the time, here's the complications. You got 1 complication, 1 critical success on this. To harvest these will take time, which you seem to have right now as you're kind of waiting for a caravan crew to come down here. Your complication is nothing more than it will take you probably a good... Yo, you do have 1 hurt arm. That's a great point. Yeah, she's got a hurt arm already. Well, you know what? With your hurt arm, I want to kind of do this in a fair way. You know that the caravan of your own people are coming. And we're going to get to that in just a minute here. You have the ability to get 30 meat off of them. With 1 complication, I'm going to say that number goes down more like 15 because you've exploded some of them with a cannon. So that will be your kind of complication is you're still dealing in absurd numbers here, right? Like 15 things of meat is a lot. So if your character takes about 2 hours of harvesting, considering you already have this hurt arm, you will be able to get 15 glands and meat off of them. But it'll take you about 2 hours to butcher these guys up. If that's of interest to you, you can add that to your inventory. Again, 15, it's 1 of each. 15 bloatfly meat and glands. What they're used for, I don't remember. I think you can cook the meat. Is that an okay complication for you? You did blow some of them up with a can, and I don't know that meat's very redeemable.
Yep, seem fair.
Aye. Louis unhappy. He says, God damn it, you guys. You want to be in the Wasteland? You want me to roll you up a character? When they get dog meat or something, you can play as him, I promise. Okay, so Raven's cool with that exchange. So she takes off to... Sam, you pop the front hatch, is that right? So Raven, if you want to tell us what your plan is. If you want to get out there and get to harvesting. Sam the
Fresh meat boys.
Go on out there. You get him. I'm looking through my bag here to see what else I got. This guy has somewhere here a little bit of... Ooh, where did Kyle do that? I made a list for him. Oh, well, I'll find it in a minute. Somewhere in here I have a list of things that guy is carrying. I just need to figure out where it is. Ah! Got it. So he has an inventory, this guy, if you're interested in trading with him. It's not the greatest inventory in the world, but as he's over there digging in his bag... Let's hope this will actually pull the list. No, it's being a butt. I have to screenshot it and send it to you guys. 1 second. Okay. I'm just going to say above board here, so you will have it and people at home know. As you kind of see him unpacking his bag in there, he pulls out some cartridges of some packs of 10mm ammo. I guess whatever, we're rolling with it. He has some really janky wooden armor that's sort of like just attached to his backpack, almost as like just to keep it from tearing open on his journey. But there is a wood armor piece there. I don't think anyone really wants that. If you do, you could buy it though. He's got flare ammo, so he's got some flares in there. He's got a couple purified waters. He's got some leather armor that you see him, sit up on a bench and unfold. He's got some healing salve, some RadAway, and some stim packs. He's kind of just sort of like organizing. You can actually see that his satchel has like a tear in it anyway. It's where he's kind of like working that like wood armor, like binding it and twining it together and trying to keep his bag from just blowing out there. But he's doing that in the back of the vehicle in those nice little seating areas.
I'm good on trading, if Raven wants to. I do have a question for you, Chuck.
Ask away.
Where were you headed to before all this happened?
Well, being honest, I heard there was some good trading opportunities up here. Two things in particular. They say for those that are brave enough, West Virginia Lumber Mills got a not so bad group of guys there. But I'm usually a pretty okay man on my own. I thought I could hold my own with it, and I've heard of a rather tenacious, sort of slippery ghoul up here doing some trading, and I maybe wanted to see if I could run into him up this way. See if I might be able to expand some of my goods up here. Appalachia's a booming place these days. There's a lot of activity down here.
So I've heard. That old slippery ghoul that you heard of, his name, he wouldn't happen to go by the name Rusty Dusty Bones, would he?
Well, I have heard him called that. One or either or both names, but you know him?
Oh, we know him. He's actually on his way right now. We're all meeting up together. We're gonna take his caravan along with a caravan from Hope back to Hope. If you care to join, we'd love for you to. They definitely need some help out there.
Well, damn. That sounds like a good plan to me. He sort of sits back and pops open one of those purified waters that he has and tosses it back. You can see he's still very winded from the run, from the injury, from the rest. He takes a seat there and what are we doing? Just waiting on your friends now, or do we need to get out there? And I got some flares.
Actually, I don't think that'd be a bad idea. Just to maybe help guide him on the way.
Okay. as he gets off the seat, we'll throw out there, you guys find laying on the seat under him, not necessarily his, but what he was sitting on is a copy of Programmer's Digest, if someone wants to add this to their inventory. Programmer's Digest. Do I have this? Yes. But I don't have it added. Uh-oh. I gotta go get that from the grid later. But Programmer's Digest is a journal, or a book, I should say, that you guys are able to use as a perk or something to that effect. Let me see if I can find that real fast. Yes, I can. But what does it do? Programmer's Digest, I found a note for it, but I don't know what it does. Maybe that's why it's not in there. Books and magazines. Maybe I need to keep scrolling. Pardon me, everybody. I want to let you know what this does before I move on and completely forget. Did they not? Okay, no, it was a search issue. Ooh, let's see. Oh, this is an interesting one. Okay, pardon me. Sharing it in the thing. It says it is a magazine aimed at computer aficionados discussing programming languages, encryption and decryption techniques, and the latest software. It gives you a perk, and I believe the way this works from magazines is this is a perk that when you read the magazine, you temporarily gain this perk. I believe it's until like a long rest. But then whenever you level up, you're able to take this perk permanently as like a, level up sort of thing, which I think is a really cool mechanic in this game. So to reiterate that, I want to check on the duration later for you all. Actually, I might just scroll up to the top and it might just tell me right here. When you read a magazine, it grants a temporary perk, a bonus which applies once, normally on a single skill test or a single attack, etc. If you have the comprehension perk, you could gain it again. But when you use a temporary perk, you may choose to learn it permanently when you next level up. Otherwise, you forget it and must find another copy of that magazine to remind yourself of the perk. That is really cool, in my opinion. So the perk for this one is one time, when you fail a science test to hack into a computer terminal and would be locked out, you may choose not to be locked out, allowing you to make another attempt. That is cool. That is a cool magazine. Whoever wants to add that to their inventory right now, Sam or Raven, you can do so. It's just in the thing. It was probably from the soldiers beforehand. Whether that's something you want Jim to learn or whether one of you wants to learn it so that you've got a little bit of a backup for when Jim's out, the choice is completely up to you all. But like I say, you get to use it once, a single time, but then you also get to potentially choose this as one of your level up perks. And it's exclusive to you finding the book or whoever reads the book.
I notice that there's that magazine from where he was sitting on, and I pick it up and I read the back of it and kind of read all the information that you explained. And I think to myself that Jim would absolutely love this while he's on bed rest. So I take it and I put it in my pack. I show it to Raven as well in case she wants it.
And it's about at this time when he's out there, old Chuck, and he fires off the flare and you see it fly through the sky. And it's just a short amount of time later that your friends will be arriving here as Raven's out there, cutting up bloat flies and all the rest. Sam, I don't know if you're still inside the thing, maybe kind of sorting through stuff, organizing, or et cetera, et cetera. Maybe you're taking care of your inventory and all that. But Chuck goes, it's probably about 5 or so minutes later, 10 minutes later, goes, hey, I think you see your friends on the horizon. There's movement out there.
Raven, you got better eyes than me. Do you think you can see him? I'm gonna get out and have a look.
Sure. Raven's typing, but if you want to roll your own perception survival, you're welcome.
We'll climb up the APC back and take a look.
Same option to you, Raven. If you want to go ahead and roll that, you're welcome to do so. Yeah, we'll give that to you. You do. You see two Brahmin. One of them fairly unburdened. It's carting a wagon behind it, and there's another Brahmin which has a lot of packs attached to its back, and around it you see about 5 people. You see 5 people out there. And you can guess that at this distance, coming down the road, now kind of scooch our map over so you can see it, that they're coming down this road. Just for anyone at home that wants to see it, they'd be coming down this path here. And yeah, you can see, Raven, as you're watching, they're kind of waving back at you to let you know that they see you as well, or that they're getting into the area. And that is, again, about 5 people, 2 Brahmin.
Sam, it looked like them. They are waving.
Fantastic. That's our crew, Chuck. The cavalry has arrived.
Oh, too bad they're just about an hour short. They could have got in on the action themselves. But good to see more friendly faces in these parts.
Hey, it's a better tale for us.
That's right. With that, a few more minutes pass, and as they get into kind of earshot, they're sort of avoiding the tank trap thing, seeing that there's some barbed wire there. I don't know if I'm going to really bother throwing any icons on the screen for them. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll get... Yeah, you know, we got a whole party of people, but I don't think you guys are staying here too long. I'm gonna throw 2 of these Brahmin on the map here, and maybe I'll add more, but you know, I'm just gonna use these more as indicators what's going on here. So tokens. Okay, and there you go. So I'll put them, they're coming down this path here. And you can make out, you got Rusty Dusty Bones on the one. You see the ghoul. He's chatting with Lena, good familiar friend. You see that they have one of their police protectrons with them. And you've got a rare outing of Tom. He's here as well. Tom and Lena. I'm kind of adding, oopsies, Tom. Where's Lena's character? Lena. Oh, do I have to get rid of the Tom thing? Okay. Aha, there we go. And I don't know that I need to do all these, but you're getting some stuff here. Sorry if you hear any squeaks or creaks. One of my friends there, so sorry if anyone at home is getting that sound, but they'll be situated soon enough here. Okay, so as you see them popping into the area, Rusty and Lena kind of give you a wave. Hey, Sam, good to see you, says Lena. It's been a hell of a journey down here. Long way. I haven't, well, further than our last journey, that's for sure.
Good to see you guys. Lena, Rusty, Tom. Can't believe you made it out here. Good to see you.
Oh, man. It's been a hell of a long time since I've left Hope, but Lena and I decided that we could maybe use 2 sets of hands down here pulling apart these cars, taking back generators, whatever you got for us. And again, they got the police protectron with them there. Did I say there's an extra person? Let me count. So Rusty, Lena, Tom, Police Protectron. Yeah, that one more person would just have an average guard with them. They just have a kind of a no-name guard, if you will, escort.
You think Rusty might have one of the raiders with them?
Yeah. I was gonna send one more from Hope, but sure. Yeah. I think we even maybe mentioned that last time. In fact, I think we'd said something like them splitting up a little bit. So sure. That leaves two raiders back at his place, one with him, so he's got his own guard. There you go. Lena, Tom, and the Protectron plus their Brahmin, and then Rusty, a raider, and his Brahmin. He goes, "Hey, Sam, it's getting to see each other a lot these days. I'm told this place has got some awfully good scavenging materials from what we last talked about. Is that thing running?" As he notices, Raven, I don't know if you're kind of still on the top of it. I think that old Chuck's sitting up, kind of resting his butt against the turret on the top of the thing.
Well.
Yeah,
Yes and no. As you can see, and I kind of point to the craters in the bloatfly viscera, we got the turrets working, but it needs more power to get it up and moving fully.
Oh, power.
We got old Chuck here. He helped us.
Tom, how do we get over there, Sam? Is there a good spot we can go through?
Yes, right through here, if you follow me.
Okie doke. Him and Lena kind of make their way over. Well, this is a hell of a find. This thing's mobile? You think it could be really started up?
I think it's pretty pristine. We don't have it mobile yet, but if we get enough juice into it, there's a high possibility that we could get it moving.
Okay. Lena, why don't you go ahead, see what you can do with this place, with this thing. I'm going to take the Brahmin and the Protectron. We're going to go, maybe one of you can point me in the direction of that car, that generator you wanted to rip out of there. Me and the Protectron, get that hoisted up on there. We can do that. If you, I guess, above board, power seems to be your biggest issue now. So I don't know that we told them about that. I don't know that they would have brought any kind of power cell to it. I'm just thinking out loud here. I want to talk about this above board because we're at 10:30. So within the next 30 minutes is kind of a decision what you guys might want to do in relation to Jim as well. If you guys want to try and send your characters back up the road this round to town. I think in my opinion, and I'm happy to workshop this with you all, I think you need to find a fusion core to power that up. Seems to be the takeaway from tonight. So if the decision comes back to all of you, what you might want to do, whether you want to try and scavenge one around this area, kind of leave it be and come back to it later, or, whatever you're thinking is best. But the irony is, just above board again, that you did today figure out the issue for why it wasn't starting. It just had too little power to kick on the actual motor locomotion for it, that it was just enough to power its guns with that second cell core. Raven's typing. While she's typing, so yeah, Tom goes off and I'll leave that in your good hands there, everyone. You can let me know. Tom and them scurry off. Him, the Protectron, the Brahmin. Rusty's sort of outside, mulling around. He's a little more interested in. You know what? Maybe even Rusty'd go follow Tom unless anyone else needed him. I'll go with you, Tom. Maybe there's some other things I can find in these cars. These guys, who knows if they're as good at their hands as I am.
Mr. Rusty, look at my big gun.
Oh, well, Hey, if you can fire, let's see it. Let's see what that's
No
got.
power, sir.
Oh, power. What's this thing take? Kind of knocks on the side of it. Are these things a fusion core? You know, I might be able to get my hands on a fusion core.
I think so.
Well, it wouldn't be cheap. Fusion cores, I think they go for about 200 caps these days. I don't know if you guys have that kind of money, but, you know, I could see what I could do. I've got my connections. Could see.
We could sell Jim.
I could use an extra set of hands around the farm. Huh. You think he'd be available for that? Could put him to work in the radio.
I don't know if he's the, maybe the radio room, but I don't know if he's a farmhand material.
Huh. Well, it's more about if he's amenable to it. I don't like to keep any, well, let me just say, it's not my scruples about keeping a person working at the farm. It's just, they're harder to maintain and work with if they don't want to be there, you know? Give you a little more pushback. Well,
is Chuck still in here with me?
Yeah, he's sitting basically up on the roof of it. He's probably chit-chatting with, I think he's a little chit-chatting with people, but also kind of like just soaking it all in. These are your friends after all, and he doesn't really know.
Chuck, I got a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you think we could divert some of this emergency power just to the radio long enough for me to get a message out?
Well, you don't have any left. See those lights that went out when we were talking? Raven's last couple shots drained it all. There's nothing. That's why it ejected automatically up there. That thing's spent. It's probably about as useful to us as a brick, which you might find useful. Hit someone with it.
All right. Raven, it might take a bit of time if we can't do that, but maybe at least maybe we could ride with the caravan until we get back to the intersection. Get 2 Rusties. Send a message out to Jim. Tell him to meet us there. Then who knows where we can go from there, but we can try to find one of those fusion cores. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to try to get in touch with some of the free radical guys at the lumber mill. You know, I mean, as far as I know, they have power armor, which takes fusion cores.
Well, Rusty says, look, I hear you. I like most of that plan, but I'm a little bit nervous about you telling them you have a vehicle. So that might, I just want to say, they're generally good guys, but I could go and I could try and broker a deal if you'd like. I mean, if you want to come with me, you could. But we could try and broker a deal with the free radicals. They might be able to part with it. Again, most of the time, me brokering it, about 200 caps would be a going price. Above board, do any of you guys have that kind of money collectively or individually? I don't know how much money you have. I don't track that. That's just the going rate of a fusion core.
Right now, I only have 80 caps.
Okay. Yeah, 200's the going rate. You could talk them down 25% about on that too, just as a reminder.
50 caps.
You guys, I'd say actually, you guys, if you want to, so this is not a must, but you could dispatch him to go up the road for both. That would drain you both of your caps. But if you're able to do a skill check, he could go for that price and get you a fusion core. That is just an option. You don't have to go that way. There's other ways to get fusion cores, but based on your proximity, it's probably only about an hour away, maybe 2 hours at most. Not even, but it's probably just an hour from where you guys are to the West Virginia lumber mill. What Rusty's trying to convey, though, is probably avoid saying something like, hey, we've got a working APC that just needs power, because that would then entice any wastelander to go looking for it if they had a cell of their own or a core of their own. That's all he's just trying to convey to you.
Most definitely, Rusty, and I know you and we both got some silver tongues, so we might be able to thoroughly convince them that, they don't need to know what it's for at the end of the day.
I agree. Last time I heard about that area, they have their own kind of vehicle workshop. They were getting some armored limousines up and running in the past, so they're kind of not intuitive, ingenious. They're a great group of people. They're smart. They could figure this out. If you want to come with me, we could hightail it up there. We got a little bit of time before, actually got a lot of time before the sun sets today. It's, let's say, probably around noon, about something like that. With the time, we did some interspersed hours that you guys were downtime and loot time and all that stuff. Fight time. We got a lot of time left in the day. Wouldn't be bad.
I say as long as the caps are good, all they need to know is that it's for some sort of hokey science fair project. So, Raven, if you want to go, I'm ready. I got some stuff to trade as well.
Sure, Mr. Rusty, we can go.
Okay, well, let's take the kid over there. And he points off to the free radical that's helping Tom load up the generator. We'll take him. I'll take the Brahmin. We can leave Lena here. She's by the way, at this time, sort of poking around the exterior of it. She's given it a full, diagnostic rundown, by the way. What she's doing at the moment, she's just, poking it. I forget how these have treads or tires, but she's doing, all the look over of that, seeing, if it's actually going to move. Kind of testing, what parts are functional or not. We can make our way up the road right now if you want. It would probably be easy. I gotten in, and as long as no one says anything too rambunctious, I think they'll be fine.
Let me ask you something, and I kind of nod my head over to his guard. He's not going to cause any problems, though, is he? He's not going to let them in on our project, is he?
He probably doesn't even know what he's doing here at this time. I didn't really tell him about an APC, but I did tell him we're going to get an engine. So, at best, he probably thinks a generator, and maybe, just maybe, he's thinking that we're trying to get a fusion core for that generator itself.
Alrighty. Well, if that's the case, then I say we gotta head out. Gotta move on.
With that being said, I will flip us over to just the travel map so people can kind of get an idea of where we're sitting in the world. It is a short journey for you all. Raven's typing something here, so we'll look out for that in a minute. Get this up on the screen for folks at home. Okay. And you can see, more specifically, oops, let me get this off my screen. Okay. So you guys are directly at that intersection. Yeah, you can see how close the West Virginia lumber mill is. And as you guys begin to head out from, let me ping that on the map maybe. There you go. So yeah, you're right at that intersection, the Red Rocket Station. And you guys kind of wave your goodbyes to Tom. Maybe one of you pulls Lena aside briefly and gives her a rundown. Say, hey, say that, tell Tom what's going on. After we take off with the raider, we'll be back in about 2 hours. If you guys want to scavenge more, So they kind of take that directive. I don't know if you guys want to give them any other tasks, but that's the plan for them. Is Lena's going to keep doing the checks on the vehicle, and Tom and the Protectron, maybe Lena will help them. They're going to work on gathering those things and put in the back of the Brahmin cart. You can see they've already kind of done that with the one generator there. So, in essence of our time tonight, you all make your way. It's a pretty uneventful hour trip. It's not a hard trip at that. This area is pretty well maintained by the free radicals. As you get closer, the West Virginia lumber mill is quite a sight to behold. It's a rather large compound. And I'm using that phrase because it is very well defended on the exterior. Let me get myself a picture of it so I can describe it to the folks at home. If people want to, on their own, just type into Google West Virginia lumber mill. I'll try and include a picture of this. Can I even do it now, maybe? Come on, let's do it now. Let's give the people at home some good stuff. Let's do a display capture and this one, and I do this, and whoop, there you go. So to the folks at home, this is the West Virginia lumber mill. I'm going to put this into our chat here on the side too, so our friends can see exactly what we're looking at. There you go. As you get up close to it, you can see that there are these trucks along the road. They have a lot of lumber still in the back of them. There are these very ramshackle walls put together. There's corrugated metal. There's barbed wire, chain link fencing. There's some storage crates, the type you'd put on like cargo crates in the back of boats. And you can see a couple towers. It's marked with a Free Radicals logo here and there. And as you guys are getting closer, the raider kind of speaks up and he goes, "It's feeling good to be back home, Rusty. This is good, man. They're going to be happy to see us. But I don't know if we're here to stick around for a while or what we're up to, but I think we can get a fusion core off of them, no problem. They'll want some caps, but you guys, if you got a silver tongue, you could use it. I'll get you guys up to the entrance here." And as you go along that road, it's sort of visible behind me. I'm sorry, it's a little bit cut off here. I'll show that to people on the side here. There's the roadway. But as you go up that road, you see that there is a sort of a gated entrance with a call box button at the front of it. I don't know if anyone here wants to be the first person to go ahead and press that, or you want to leave it to someone else to do that. Sam, as a reminder, you have a passcode for that.
Yeah, I was itching for that. I'm going to walk up to it, press the button, and just say "Blue Danube."
Who's this? You got the code. Who are you?
This is Sam Houston.
Hold, please. And with that, you hear the gate sort of unlatch and a slow mechanical sort of movement as it starts to slide open. This kind of, again, very Raider-built style entrance. A lot of mishmash of materials. You can enter. You can meet the boss, one of the bosses in the courtyard. What are you here for?
Truth be told, we're looking for a fusion core.
Okay, yeah, courtyard's the place to be. Now, take a right when you go in. Over and out. You can hear the kind of the static on the other end of this box go silent. As you... Okay.
Well, I turn to my compatriots and I say, "Well, Kang, ready to enter the lion's den?"
Rusty says, "I'm always ready. These guys are good to me."
Yes, sir.
That will maybe buy and sell from me if I'm lucky today. Okay. Here we go. I've been in here. It's been a couple months. They've really done a lot to the place. It's looking nice. And you go into the main area. It sort of opens up into this big, massive, sprawling complex. The cargo shipping containers do a little bit of job of breaking it up into different segments. You can see that there's a large building that's kind of the center focus of it, if you will. It's the one that's the gray building on our screen. That seems to have the most activity as you see raiders coming in and out of there. You hear the sound of soldering, of someone working on metals. You hear hammering. Maybe even have some little city sound effects we can start to do for that. But quite a lot of activity here. And as you guys pull off to the right side of the courtyard, you see a couple guys working on a car over there. As has been mentioned, this is a very Mad Max style looking car. It's got a lot of just additional metals added. It's got sort of rebar attached to it like spikes, some barbed wire on it. Yeah, they're doing some serious work to these cars. Rusty and the other guy kind of take the lead a bit as, if you two are okay with that, you're welcome to kind of do whatever you want. But they sort of take an initial position knowing that they have met a lot of these guys before. And actually, I think on your way over there, Rusty kind of elbows you, Sam, and goes, Blue Danube, that's a nice reference there. You must have met up with these guys enough to get a code, huh?
Yeah, thankfully we've helped some of them out. Let me ask you something though, Rusty. Just to make this process easier, we got 130 caps between us, me and Raven. You think that you could cover us for the rest, no matter what we get the price, or if we get the price down on it, or if we're paying full price, and we can just we can give you some stuff after we get back?
I happen to have some goods here that I'd be able to trade them that I think that they would like. So, yes, as long as I get you all working at the farm later, I've got some other tasks I could put you all to work with, and maybe help spruce up the farm a bit. So, the answer is yes. I got your back, Sam. Always. You know me, old Rusty. I'm a trusty man. Rusty Trusty Bones, as no one calls me.
We got your back as well, friend. Thank you.
Okay.
You take the lead.
And as you head over there, pardon me that I don't know these guys' names. There might be some named NPCs there already, but that exist in the game. But you see Rusty go over to, actually, I know we're a little bit short on time tonight, but I feel like there's a guy, this is Kyle speaking out of character, I feel like there's a guy there who works on the cars in particular. They do have power armor and such there, though, as mentioned before. Does this give me on the wiki any names? Lugnut's his name. I'm glad I looked. Lugnut's Vehicle Modifications.
So I finally found a supercharger for Roper's limo.
Cool, I can even hear his voice on the wiki. Okay, cool. So as you go over to this area, there's a guy sort of yelling orders, and he goes, "Hey, Dog Breath, you need to go and move that. You didn't attach this right. This is gonna fall off. What the hell are you doing, man? This isn't the way to do it. Let me show you." And Rusty and the other radical go up, and Rusty kind of opens with a little bit of an insult, a little bit of a quip. He goes, "Lugnut, this is the best you got, huh? This is what the free radicals are working on these days. Maybe Dog Breath would be better stationed up north as a guard, like this one here." He looks around. "Rusty, if it isn't the old Dusty Bones himself, what brings you into our humble abode here?" Sorry, these guys have a similar voice. In actuality, this is the guy's Lugnut's real voice. He sounds similar to a ghoul bit, or as close as I can get. And Rusty goes, I brought some friends. We're here to shop around a little bit, maybe acquire a fusion core. I got some things to trade with you as well, things you might like. Got my Brahmin here, and look, even your buddy's been working up at the farm lately. Like I say, if you want to get rid of dog breath here, I'll take them. And the guy just laughs. Oh, Rusty. A fusion core? You know, those things don't grow on trees. Well, yeah, but these guys got a good thing going on. Look, this is my friend Sam. This is his friend Raven. They've been maybe friends of your own. Sam, maybe you could tell these guys where you met up before. It sounds like, someone gave you the code here. So, what is your dealings with these guys? Kind of whispers to you a little bit, like one of those half-mouth things where he says, "This is a good time to make a friendly introduction. You sell yourself up a little bit here, Sam."
Name's Sam Houston. We ran into a few of your guys out at the Red Rocket Station. They were looking in at the safe, and I was able to help them get it open. You might have heard about that. I didn't get the fella's name. He just had me call him boss. But they rolled out with that big old trailer full of gas.
Ah, you're the one that they met up with. Yeah, the boss. Not really the boss. Not here, at least. But maybe his crew he is. Okay, So you're the one that wants the fusion core, is that right?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Oh. If you're with Rusty, good enough for me. We probably can scrounge up some around here, but it'll cost you. And Sam, if you want to go ahead and roll to see what this cost is going to be, I'm going to roll for this guy. And let me see what I get here. I'll give you the difficulty. Ooh, he sets a difficulty really. He sets the difficulty at 3 for trying to cheapen the price on this. So if you can beat him, difficulty 3 charisma test, you could use your AP. You got an awful lot of it. If you beat his 3 difficulty, it would sort of just be how about this? If you beat his 3 difficulty, it will be just the cost of your caps, and you won't have to work anything off for Rusty. If you do higher than a 3, they'll actually part with it cheaper, and you can keep more of your caps. So you got a lot of AP. I think you got a full pool. Can't gain any more. So if you want to spend more, go ahead.
I'll buy more. I'm going to look at him. I'm going to tell him, "Look, sir, I see you guys have a really good thing going here. We're trying to build something likewise for a small town up north. We need some energy. They need power there. People are getting sick. People are dying. People are leaving. And we desperately need this at a good cost. I got about 130 caps here. That's about all I can give you without Rusty's help. And I will roll with those extra die."
Go for it. Ooh.
Hell yes.
That's fantastic. 4 successes. How many AP did you spend, by the way? Because you do get 1 back.
3.
3 AP. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. So you get that 1 point back. So you're now at 4. Right. Because you added 2. I can count. He goes, "Yeah, we've seen some people leaving hope up there, coming down the path. Some people have suggested they might make good target practice, but we're not those kind of raiders. Instead, we've maybe helped a few of them find some better accommodations. I'll just be honest and frank with you. At least 2 of them are still residing with us. The free radicals are not a bad place to be in this kind of wasteland. Look, I'm willing to do you a deal here. If you need a generator and a power source or whatever this is, I think we could part with a fusion core for 100 caps. How about that? 100 caps. We'll get it charged up for you. It's not a problem. We can do that. What do you say?
Much obliged, sir. We much appreciate it. And if there's anything that we can ever do for you, please, hope. We try not to judge at first sight. I've met a lot of your guys. I know that you aren't like the other raiders out here. So we would probably be more than happy to make some deals.
For what it's worth, Sam, while you're having this conversation, you do, about at this time, in the middle of the convo, notice that there is the tanker out over there that they had commandeered, the red rocket gas tanker. You can see it's sort of parked in the lot there. They were able to get it in. You kind of notice sort of off, in a little bit of a garagey area is the truck they use, that very Mad Max plow on the front style semi sort of cab. And he kind of gestures, and one of his guys brings out a fusion core. He brings it over to Lugnut. Here you go. This for 100 caps. He just got it off the charger. You were probably the one that helped us recharge it. And with winter coming, that's gonna be mighty useful for all of us. Above board, we're going to conclude here in just 3 or so minutes. We'll keep it so everyone can go to sleep and all the rest on time tonight. So I think this might be a good place for you guys if you want to say any parting words to them. If you want to stay, if you want to conclude here and pick up next time. These guys may or may not have a radio here, or may or may not let you use the radio here. But that's just an option for the next time, depending on what you want to do. Or you could just tell me you want your characters to sort of travel and do that in their spare time between sessions. If you want, to meet back up to the Red Rocket station or anything like that in the meantime. So I'll pass it to you all, and you can make your decisions here.
I think that we should try to meet up with the group if possible.
Very good. We'll see what Raven has to say. So if that's the case, we'll just kind of make this a little bit shorter. Say that, Lugnut and his crew, happy with this kind of deal. Yeah, Rusty, while you're doing this, you guys, we'll actually say there's a little bit more off screen here that Rusty meets up with a couple people. He kind of makes a couple deals out of the back of the Brahmin. The Raiders actually come out to kind of meet and congregate around the Brahmin. Like, they're pretty excited to see, a trader come in here. Some of them have, caps at the ready, sort of looking for what they can buy. Raven, you were going to say something. Maybe. All good, she says. Well, with a little bit of an abbreviation to this journey due to real lifetime commitments, we will say that you and your gang finish up with your deals, and between this session and next, you all will head back. And that's what your characters are doing while we're sort of off air. They'll make their way back to the Red Rocket station. And we'll see how many people we begin with in the next. If we have Jim back, then maybe we could say you fast travel up north effectively, back to Hope, if that's convenient for the group, or maybe it'll go in a different direction and maybe he'll come down. But we'll kind of leave it at that. We'll say you all will pick up next week back at the Red Rocket station with a fusion core in tow. Actually, that's probably where we need to pick up next time anyway, because if you're going to plug that into the APC and take that up north, so be it. You can try your hand at piloting next week. Is everyone here good with that? Everyone likes their sort of conclusion for the night? You got a lot of loot today, got a lot of meat. Raven's got like a whole freaking sack of meat. Don't leave that to cook in the APC in the heat, or you'll never get to smell a bloat fly out of those seats. What are your thoughts, gang?
Oh, I'm stoked. I'm ready to get back, get it working. We might be able to carry some more stuff back if we have the APC working. We can throw the generator in there, or just something else. We'll have a lot of space.
Yeah, you know what? In fact, if you guys want to do anything more at the lumber mill next week, we'll kind of leave that again up in the air. If you guys want to come back and do anything with the lumber mill, if anyone wants to trade or look for anything in particular before you go back, we're just going to do this for the sake of time here to get out the door. But yeah, otherwise, so it'll be your choice next week if you want to pick up at the lumber mill or the Red Rocket Station. But we'll see based on who's all in our group next week.
That sounds like a good plan.
Raven says, I can't wait to try that APC. And with that, everyone, I want to thank you for turning out to our Sunday night session of Tales from Tomorrow Under the Mothman's Embrace. This was a good episode to get back into things. Really enjoyed it. Got to play around with the APC for the first time. I love that you guys found that. And to be respectful to my friends here, I'm going to wrap it up so that I'm not chatting too long and keeping the house loud on a Sunday night. So thank you to everyone that has come by and watched tonight's session. We will be back next week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time here on Twitch as we do our pre-show, and then we kick off the formal thing at 8 p.m. both on Twitch and on YouTube. The Twitch account is Overseer Kyle. I also have a second YouTube channel called Overseer Kyle. You can find all these links in the YouTube description below. I'm guessing that's where you're watching this. If by chance you're on a different platform that doesn't have those descriptions, whether it's the podcast or otherwise, it should have some links down there. But if you want all of them, go to tftfallout.com. That is the Substack page, and you can find all of our links there. So you can find the YouTube channel. I've been pumping out a lot of YouTube shorts. I will just say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much to everybody that shares those out, whether you're liking them or commenting them on them or anything, sharing them with friends in other Discord servers. The likes and the comments, I cannot express enough, genuinely are the decision whether YouTube puts it in the algorithm or not. So when you all go in there and rush it with some comments and likes right away, some of our videos have gotten into 4,000 and some views recently. So I want to thank you all for that. Anything else I really urgently need to call out? I've been registered as a Bethesda brand ambassador, so we usually have 20% off codes for the Bethesda shop. And if you use that code, not only are you saving money, but I get a commission off of it. So I think that the code at the time of this episode is B as in boy, Tales as in Tales from Tomorrow, and the number 2. So B Tales 2. If that code is expired, you can try B-Tails 3. I'll be adding a digit at the end of that, just to keep it simple. And that will go for a little while. The codes have about a 1-week lifespan to them, so I will warn you if one code fails. In fact, if one code fails, please alert me on Discord, on YouTube, wherever you want to leave a comment or something, and I will get you a new one. It's just, it requires a manual setup for me, but again, I'll get it for you in a heartbeat. It helps us both. You can earn us some cash completely for free. Also to shout out that I've created a Patreon and a coffee page for Tales from Tomorrow. Nothing's up there yet. Life's been crazy, but if you want to go check that stuff out, that is in existence. And it would mean the world to me if anyone becomes a subscriber, chooses to support us. That would be really neat. There's the Discord server, the YouTube, the Twitch. There's a TikTok I'm trying to maybe get off the ground, and an Instagram that exists, so maybe give those some love as well. Massive shout out to my comrades that participated tonight. A shout out to Sky, who was playing Sam, and a shout out to Mac Raven, who was playing Raven. And a big old get well soon to Raven's mom and to Jim, our good friend Dark Knight out there. Hopefully he'll be able to join us in an upcoming session. We love having him, and it's just great fun. So to everyone here in the call, thank you so much for your time tonight. I'm going to end us out on the intro theme. So rest up, everybody. You got a whole new week of exploration ahead of you, and you got a lot of content to dive into on the side in case anyone here's not caught up. This was episode 7, I believe. So there's a good, actually already 7 episodes to go listen to. There's episodes 0 through 6 on YouTube. That is all for me tonight. As your overseer, signing off, stay safe, and don't forget, clean out that vault before it gets stinky. Okay, comrades in the call with me, thank you so much. What a wonderful session we just did. I had an absolute blast, and it looks